From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So there was this Delta flight from Atlanta that had to be diverted in Oklahoma because of an unruly passenger.
Oh. Yeah.
And the unruly passenger jumped up and grabbed the intercom and told everybody that they needed to get their oxygen masks on. And then the guy went for the door.
No.
But it turns out the unruly passenger was actually an off-duty flight attendant who was just going through something. So here's an account from somebody who was on the flight. Listen to this.
I pulled my belt off to try and hog tie him with my belt, and then another attendant came in and gave us some plastic ties. Managed to get that around his wrist, but that took a while. He was real strong.
What? Okay, so here's the question, though, and you can text in. It's 925-555 if you want to text in. Here's the question. I want to play you the announcement that the pilot made. So again, they had an unruly male passenger who also happened to be a flight attendant who was going through something, grabbed the intercom, told everybody to put on their masks, and then the guy went for the door. Now, here is the announcement that the pilot made during all of this. Listen.
We'd like all strong males to the front of the aircraft to handle the problem passenger.
Okay, we would like all strong males to the front of the aircraft to handle a problem passenger. So here's the question, okay?
Yeah.
You're on a flight.
Uh-huh.
That announcement comes over the loudspeaker.
Yes.
Do you stand up and start walking or not?
I start walking.
You do?
Because I'm not getting off a plane and having everyone look at me being like, there's the weak guy.
Right.
Who didn't stand up.
Okay. Now,
whether I could take this guy or not,
Okay.
or at least help the situation
Right.
or not,
Right.
I'm not walking off that plane like a chump.
Now, if they make the announcement again, and you can play it again.
Yeah.
We'd like all strong males to the front of the aircraft to handle the problem passenger.
Yeah,
All strong males to the front of the aircraft. Now, here's the next question.
Yeah.
If you stood up on that flight, would Jenna put her hand on your shoulder and sit you back down
Absolutely,
after
she
hearing
would.
that announcement?
Yes.
Okay, so what does that say?
She doesn't want me to like potentially get hurt.
Or does she not
anything
think
like
that you would be in the category of strong male passenger?
Well, that would be the question during the hand on the shoulder. I'd be like, babe, you don't think I should?
I'm wondering how many relationships this one flight ruined. Not only the guy, right? The unruly passenger. It was a terrible flight for everybody.
Yeah.
Maury, would you get up? No.
Maury shook before you even finish that sentence, Maury shook his head. No.
I'm just that's a big ass. Shem, would you get up?
Hell yeah.
You would?
Yeah. Right away.
You
In fact, I
would.
might run.
You
to
would
the front.
run.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah.
run to the front.
I'd run on the front. I'm not gonna lie. I'd want to be a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
that's why
I would.
though.
Yeah.
So it's
Strictly ego.
But you think you're in that category? Like when somebody says, "Hey, we need all the strong males to stand up right now."
Roz, you're around me every day.
You would.
Come on.
Okay, I'm just
You
saying.
know.
Listen, I don't know, but listen, sometimes big guys don't like to mess, right?
Right.
That's true.
You know, you're
That's
a big
true.
guy.
Would you get
I
up?
don't know. Yeah, of course I would.
Yeah, of course,
I
yeah.
just don't care, right?
Yeah,
I would just do it because I don't like flying. I'd like give me some. Also,
Here, let me help you with that door.
Also, truth be told, if I was on that flight, I would probably be drunk by that point anyway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, here we go. I'm excited for this, guys.
All right, hey, it's time for Name That Quarantune.
Yes! Welcome back to Name That Quarantune. The idea happened when the question was asked, could you name a legendary song by a legendary artist, both giving us the song title and artist, if you were only given the first line of the song? And of course, you're going to say yes, but it's actually way more difficult than what you would think. Maurie and Mocha have gone head-to-head for the last year and a half on Name That Quarantune. And I would say in total, Mocha has come out on top. I think it's fair to say.
Of course.
Right?
But I come in second.
Okay. Well, yeah, but you do come in second. You're right, more.
Like,
AKA last.
Between you and Mocha. You know what they say about second place? First loser.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Thank you.
Ricky Bobby.
So the theme for this round of Name That Quarantune, because we are right in the middle of Pride Month, these are all gay anthems and icons. These will either be what are widely considered to be gay anthems or widely considered to be artists who are also massive gay icons.
Okay.
Mocha, can we hear your buzzer, please? Maury, let's start with number 2. Maury.
Dinah Ross, I'm coming out.
Yes. Oh, Shem's keeping score here. Continuing on in the category of gay anthems and icons, number 12. Mocha.
That is Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper.
Yes. Oh, we got a game here, gentlemen.
Now,
we
everybody
got
knows that
a game. Cyndi Lauper, huge gay icon.
Yeah. It's a great song. Everybody knows that
Yes.
song. Okay, next.
Let's go number 9, please.
Oh, go ahead, Maury.
ABBA, Dancing Queen.
Yes, sir.
That's my nickname.
ABBA?
No.
Number 6, please. Mocha.
That is Janet Jackson, Nasty.
Yes, sir. Oh.
What are we tied now?
It is 2-2.
Oh, we should just stop.
What, at a tie?
Because, like, where do you go from there?
Maury is so afraid of losing.
I know.
Maury is so afraid of losing the Pride version of Name That Quarantune. Here we go. Let's say number 1. Maury.
Village People, YMCA.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Did Maury buzz first?
Yeah, he did.
I thought I did.
No, I heard Maury buzz
man.
first. Sham,
All right.
what did you say?
Yeah, I heard Maury.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
heard too.
I
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
Maury.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody wanted.
Number 13, please.
Every day is so
Mocha.
Christina Aguilera, Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if that's a gay anthem.
You don't think Christina Aguilera is a gay icon?
Dude.
I don't
This
know.
song
Are
right
you
here?
doubting Christina Aguilera's place as a gay icon?
I am.
Wow.
Damn, bruh. Also, we're tied again.
We are tied again.
It
Oh,
is
this is-
3-3.
I really, really
This
like that
is
song, by the way.
So good. Number 4. Maury.
George Michael, Faith.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a great track. Classic.
Well, we're tied again.
Number 10, please.
No, you're winning now.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
What's the score, Shem?
It is currently 4-3 for Maury.
Thank
Oh my God,
you.
this is so tight.
Okay.
I'm not
Stop
gonna
it.
say
Mocha,
Yeah.
number 10, please. Mocha,
Katy Perry, Firework.
correct.
Yes.
Perry, gay icon.
Oh, I love that song too.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Number 14, please. Mocha.
That is Britney Spears, I'm a Slave for You.
Yes, sir. Oh, what's the score, Shem?
It is 5-4 for Mocha.
Oh, my God. Number 8, please. Maury.
Cher, Believe.
Incorrect. Mocha for the steal.
That is Cher. Na, 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 na. If I could turn back time. Is that it?
He didn't give a full answer the first time around. Yes, that's it.
Yes.
What's the score?
6-4 for Mocha.
Oh, damn.
Okay, here we go. Mocha, give me number 11, please. Maury.
Judy Garland, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yes.
And I knew that one too.
I
If
know
I
you
didn't
did.
get that one, I'd have to leave.
It was close, though, More. It was close. Give me number 3, please. Mocha.
That is Vogue
That
by
was-
Madonna.
Actually, I'm going to actually step in. That was Maury.
That was
buzzing
Maury.
for us.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, Shem's the judge. Shem's the judge. Shem's the judge. Maury?
It's Vogue by Madonna.
Yes.
So what's the score now?
It is tied.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hold on, I need to take a breath.
No, this is the game winner
This
right
is
here.
the game
No,
winner
oh my God,
right
I'm
here. Again, the category is gay anthems and gay icons. Mocha, hit me up with number 5.
That was definitely me.
No, that was
Mocha.
definitely not
That was
Mocha.
100%
No,
Mocha.
that's
Born This
That
Way
was
by
a-
Lady Gaga.
Yes, yes, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
No way.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm
Happy
going back
Pride,
to the
everybody! Happy Pride, everybody!
There we
Who
go.
knows the gay anthems, the gay icons now?
No.
You're not taking that loss, Maury?
I'm not taking that loss.
Really?
I'm throwing in like some sort of yellow or red card.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll go to the tape.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the tape.
No, because like I'm allowed to whatever you call it.
No. You're allowed to. Yes, absolutely.
Challenge.
You're allowed
That's
to
the
challenge.
word.
You're
I'm
allowed to challenge. Okay, Maury called challenge.
Now let me
Okay.
ask you this: if it does end up being me,
Yes.
would that then make it tied?
No, because
it's
it was
still tied.
Oh,
This
it was tied. Oh wow! You know I'm challenging,
Okay,
sister.
okay. Now, if the challenge comes up where you are wrong, you actually lose a point.
No, that's not how it works.
Okay.
No, I
So-
watch hockey.
That's what happens. You get a penalty.
No. If
Yes,
you challenge,
You get a penalty.
it just you move on with life.
No, you do not move on with life. You get penalized.
Fine, I'll go sit in a box.
Okay. Yeah.
Officer.
So do we want to do this? Do we want to take a break and come back?
Yeah,
And-
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I'll
So,
accept Maury's
okay,
challenge.
okay. So we'll take a break. We will analyze the tape. We will come back and we'll have a final verdict. And if it does turn out that Maury did buzz in first, we will have one tie-breaking track to go through. Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, hey, it's time for Name That Quarantune.
Controversy today on Name That Quarantune. The category was gay anthems and icons. And going into this, Damnit Maurie, you were convinced that you were going to come out on top.
I have no choice but to come out on top.
Quarantunes, by the way, Mocha versus Maury. You have to identify song and artist by only hearing the first line of a song. And Shem,
because I'm gay.
yeah, correct. Thank you. Shem, what was the score before the controversy?
It was actually tied, 6-6.
It was 6-6. Yeah. And then we got to Lady Gaga and Born This Way. And I called out for the number, and you're going to hear Maury and Mocha both buzzing in, and it was close. So Maury felt that he buzzed in first. Mocha felt that he buzzed in first. So again, just for the people at home, Mocha, can we hear your buzzer, please? Maury, your buzzer, please. Okay.
So Maury's is the higher pitched one.
Yes.
That's me.
That's Mocha. Maury? Okay, now I'm going to play the clip of me calling for the song, and then the people listening right now will be able to determine who buzzed in first. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here's how it went down. Mocha, hit me up with number 5.
My mama told me when
Okay. That was me.
So, Maury?
Go ahead.
Okay, you want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
my mama told me when
Oh, come on.
That's not how it played out.
That is how it played out.
What are you talking about? What, not in your head?
Okay, let me play it one more time.
my mama told me when
Oh, that's close.
Okay, do you want me to?
No,
you want me to-
it's not close
it's
because
not
I'm the one that
actually
buzzed
close.
first.
Do you want me to play a slowed down version for you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Of just the buzzing. Okay. Oh,
Again?
Oh,
Again?
jeez. Okay.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, listen,
See?
listen,
I don't
listen,
know.
listen. Yes, that was definitely Mocha.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Definitely
that was
Mocha.
me, guys.
Definitely
Come
Mocha.
on.
Definitely Mocha.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow
What do you
it.
mean you'll allow it? You have to, because
so
it's
Maury,
facts.
so you will take the loss, Maury, on Quarantunes.
Like
with
on a
the,
technicality.
No. The technically you didn't buzz in first.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So you lost.
But I don't want to have lost.
Nobody wants to lose, but you have to lose sometimes.
Can we just do this?
Okay.
Can I pretend that I buzzed in first just for my own sanity and because it's pride? So like, okay, Lady Gaga, Born This Way.
But you don't get the point because
Yeah.
I already got the
No,
point.
but I feel better about myself now.
Oh, you shouldn't because you lost.
Yeah, that's super weird. You don't deal with this well, do you?
Not
At
this
all.
time.
You ever seen somebody who tries to talk themselves out of losing?
I
Like,
know.
we all know you lost. Like, we all know. We all saw it. We all hear. Everybody listening right now heard it. Mocha, congratulations. Celebrating Pride Month with the category of gay anthems and icons for Name That Quarantune. Wear this
I
victory
did well.
proudly. Wear this victory proudly.
I absolutely will. Happy Pride, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So we know that next month, soon to be former CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, will be taking a trip to space along with his brother, where their rocket will reach like the edge of space.
Yep.
not go into orbit, which kind of sucks.
Yep.
And then you turn right back down to flat Earth.
Yep.
So the experience is going to be like 10 minutes, something like that, right? There is an auction that us regular jabronis can join, but we don't have that kind of rich people money.
Oh, really?
The current auction bid sits at $2.8 million. Which brings me to this, a trending topic where people are then sharing the absurd things that they've witnessed rich people do. Okay?
Yep.
Someone ordered $150 worth of caviar to go for their cat.
Oh. Wow.
Somebody else wrote and said, I worked at an exclusive bar a few years back as a DJ. This guy gave me $100 just to repeat a song. I'm a server at a nice Italian restaurant, and a man requested that his silverware be warmed before he ate his meal. He said that the fork and spoon were way too cold.
Wow.
I worked at a bar, and these people asked to purchase 2 of our high-rise bar chairs for us to keep in the back so that if the bar was full when they came in, they wouldn't have to wait. Our bar chairs cost $8,000 each. So these people wanted to spend $16,000 just so that they could sit whenever they came in.
Oh my God.
This dude's fiance lost her ridiculously big engagement ring in the pool. So he ordered the hotel to close the pool area to everyone and got all the staff to look for it. He then thanked hotel guests who helped with expensive bottles of wine.
Wow.
Once I went with my family to Outback Steakhouse to grab some dinner.
Yeah.
And there was a family of 3 with their kid bawling his eyes out because the kiddie menu didn't come with a coloring book. His dad took out a $100 bill out of his wallet and let his son doodle on it. My whole family was in shock, to say the least. I work at a luxury property in California, and we had the co-founder of a very large company stay with us a while back. He only liked to sleep on his own bed. So when he woke up that morning, he paid a team to load his bed into a truck and have it delivered to our property. We then removed the bed in his luxury suite and set up the bed that his team had brought us. He only stayed with us one night.
Oh, shut up.
And the process was done to send the bed back home the following day.
Shut up.
It kind of blew my mind that he went through all this trouble just so that he could sleep in his own bed for one night.
But obviously he lives in the same, town.
Right?
Go home.
Thank you. I'm a cocktail server at a huge pool of a 4-star hotel. A woman said in a monotone voice and without any eye contact, I lost my sunscreen. Find it. These are people sharing the absurd things they've witnessed rich people do. I got 2 more to go through with you.
Yeah.
I worked at a grocery store in uppity Gold Coast, Chicago when I was a teen. We sold soup for lunch, and a woman was buying some. I proceeded to bag the soup, and she said, no, I'll just put it in my bag. Mind you, she had a Louis Vuitton bag that looked brand spanking new. 15 minutes later, she came back in raging that she had soup drip all over her Louis Vuitton and demanded to speak to the manager.
Oh, your fault.
Thank you. And finally, this one. My former boss, who was insanely wealthy, used to stay in presidential suites and would have any and all red items removed. He was a high roller at several casinos, and they made special chips just for him as a substitute for red chips. He hated the color red because when you're losing money, you're in the reds.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Oh, my God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Nick Cannon's a dad again.
Hey, congrats, Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon and Abby De La Rosa have welcomed twins.
Twins again.
Second set of twins.
Boy.
The post was June 14th, 2021.
The twins
Welcome to the world. Let me get their names right. It's Zion Mixolydian Cannon and Zillion Air Cannon.
Air?
Like hair. Like air.
hair.
H-E-I-R. Air. Air
Okay.
cannon?
Not like air, like Nike Airs.
No. And then he captioned the photos, Zion and Zilly. So I guess it's a Zion and... Is it Zion and Zillion or Zion and Zillion? Do you think it would be? I don't know. Z-I-L-L-I-O-N.
Aspirations of being a zillionaire?
Right? Is it Zion and Zillion or Zion and Zillion?
I think, what's her name? Lauren Hill, also, her eldest son is Zion.
Zion?
As well, yeah. I like that name.
So, and then of course he has Moroccan and Monroe, 9-year-old twins with Mariah Carey. And then he, in December, with his ex-girlfriend, Brittany Bell, welcomed their second child together.
Hold on, Nick Cannon got 6 kids?
6 kids, yeah.
And this past December?
Yes, I believe so.
How does math work on that,
It says
though?
Cannon welcomed a baby daughter in December with his ex-girlfriend, Brittany Bell, their second child together.
And then twins now with this next gal.
Right, yeah. So,
But the math doesn't work.
December, January, February, March, April, May, June. There's some months in there,
Yeah.
right?
The math don't work, Nick.
No.
Unless he and the ex,
Yeah.
if they broke up. But even still, if they broke up before, well, I guess, could they have broken up? Like,
While she was, I think
When
they
she was
broke up when
pregnant?
she was pregnant. Yeah.
yeah, because that
I don't
math,
know.
it doesn't add up.
That's tricky math, right? Like, I'm not an accountant.
Yeah, my
right?
dad is. He'll tell you.
But, yeah.
He'll tell you the math don't add up.
Yeah, the math is, that's tough counting.
Yeah, Nick.
Right there.
Got some explaining to do.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Lauren. It's Roz and Mocha.
hello.
Why are you reaching out to us today for FML?
So my partner left me while I'm pregnant, and I'm unsure, do I give the baby his last name or not?
Yeah, so you wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. Basically, my wonderful partner, and you were only, 4 months pregnant when he left?
I was.
Oh, yeah. You don't know what the right thing to do, whether to give the kid his last name or your last name. You say that there's a bit of famous family history in your ex's last name, so you want your child to be connected to that, but you also don't want to give the kid the last name of a man who won't be involved in their life. Interesting.
Now, when you say that your ex has a famous last name, as your
Yes.
child gets older, are there financials that he or she may benefit from? Which is why you're
Well-
contemplating giving your child your ex's last name?
Yes and no. So it's a very complicated situation. His dad played for the NHL and made a name for himself in the NHL. I don't want to get too much into
Sure,
that.
No, that's
sure.
So my ex has two young daughters from a previous marriage as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, his family does help with them. But I just wonder too if I think it's a bit of a neat connection to have. And I wonder too if having the same last name would help to have a relationship with his siblings as well.
Now, is your ex's family wanting to be involved in your child's life? Like, have they expressed any of that?
I'm not even sure if my ex has told them that we're expecting.
Okay, then.
Right.
Do they know about you, though? Like, they know that you guys were dating at
Oh,
one
yes,
point?
they do. They do. But things have gotten pretty nasty between my ex and I.
Yeah.
And he's indicated that he's unsure if he wants to be involved in this baby's life. And I'm at the point where I don't even know if I should put him on the birth certificate.
Right. But don't you want money? But don't you want support from him?
Yes, I do. But I don't know if it's worth the fight.
Well, I would say it's 100% worth the fight, whether he's
Yeah.
around, whether he's around or not. Like you can't, we don't live. You can't contribute to a world of where a guy can get somebody like you pregnant and then dip without any sort of responsibility. That's like, we try and prevent that at all costs.
Because at the end of the day, it is
Right.
still his responsibility.
I mean, unless of course the person is abusive and they're, like
Oh, for
all
sure.
of this stuff. But this to me sounds like you are willing to forego. And don't get me wrong, if you want to forego all relationship and don't even tell them about it, then give the kid your last name, and that'll be that. But this is a fix that happens now while your kid's going to be young enough to where they don't start asking you questions. And this is going to set up you spending years lying to your kid.
Yeah.
I know. That is what I'm dreading.
I don't know. I don't see a problem with you. Like, if you don't want to have your child having the same last name as his father or her father, I don't see a problem with you giving that child your last name, but still, at the end of the day, the father still needs to be held accountable and be responsible and help you out with things.
Is it morally okay to just kind of take the last name away from him? I mean, if he decides that he wants to be involved later down the line and I didn't give him his last name, he might be very upset.
He might be, but that's, sure. I mean, that's a, what's in a name, right? Like there's the rules as far as, why babies historically got, the father's last name was because that was the only thing that really gave proof that the man was actually the father, right? Okay. But you don't need to do any of that anymore. It's sort of an old tradition that is just sort of expected in some weird way. You can give the kid your last name. You can give the kid a hyphenated last name. He could have both of your last names. Like there's no rules to any of this. Like you sort of make up the rules as you're going. But if you decide to forego any connection between the baby and his father, one, you're cutting yourself out for any sort of financial support, which is a big deal. But you're also, as soon as that kid says, "Hey, who's my dad?" You're going to spend the rest of your life lying to your kid. And I don't know if you want to do that.
No, I don't. You always say your one job is not to mess up your kids.
Yeah.
Does that help give you a little bit of clarity?
It does. It does. Yeah.
Hey, if we bleep it out, will you say the last name?
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it out.
I can tell you who he is if you bleep it out.
Yeah, we'll bleep
promise,
it out.
Promise,
sure.
promise.
Yeah.
He was so his name.
Oh.
Damn. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
And he doesn't know that this kid's his, huh?
I don't think he knows that it's existing yet. I'm not sure. Things have gotten kind of bad.
Interesting. And so why doesn't he want to be a part of your life? Or did he just were you guys like a fling that just went too far and you wound up getting pregnant?
No, well, we only dated for about 8 months.
Yeah.
But we'd known each other for about 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when the time came, he was all on board. And when the time came that I wanted to have the big talk about finances, he checked out.
Oh.
Damn.
And how much money does he have?
Enough.
Yeah. So I listen. Yeah. I would say you can't deny your kid, access to at least the father's financials, and that's tough, to keep somebody in your life just simply based on money. And even if he wants nothing to do with this kid, you still cash that check.
Okay.
Does that help, Lauren?
It does. It's different than what my friends have been saying, and I thought it might be so.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All the best, and congratulations. How you feeling?
Thank you. I feel great.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
good.
halfway there, so yeah.
Good. Do you got support in your life right now?
I have tons. I'm very lucky with my family and friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good.
Amazing.
Good.
All right, girl. You take care.
Thanks, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Did you watch the end of the Kardashians last night?
Girl? I know my friend taped it, PVR'd. He's going to watch it tonight.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let me play a little bit of it for you. Here's some of the big moments that went down. So are you more interested in Scott and Courtney talking about how the family is pressuring them to be together, but Courtney isn't ready?
Yes.
You want to hear that? Or do you want to hear Kim venting to Chris about not having a husband?
Oh, yes. I want to hear that, too.
Okay, so go with
Scott and Court?
Scott and Courtney. It's clip number 1.
Hello, Scott and Court.
Sorry, Scott and Court.
I'm not going to be made to feel guilty when the things that I've asked of you haven't been done.
I think it's a lot of pressure when the whole family wants us back together. Courtney needs certain things from me that I haven't still been able to provide her. And, I think maybe we have to both realize that maybe we won't be together and we need to move on completely. I guess the truth is, deep down, I like to hear them say, we want you to be with our sister, too. And I need to be more honest with them. The fact that we have what we have is amazing. And I just want to be thankful for that instead of always thinking there's more. I mean,
but
we love each other, we trust each other, we care about each other, we have kids together, and our kids are happy. And things are going by okay. So, for right now, this is where our lives are, and very, very good.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you what your problem is, Scott.
Oh, okay.
You want the best of both worlds.
Yep.
You want to have Courtney in your life and obviously the kids, and you want to have that family life. But you also want to have and portray and live a single dude's life.
Right.
Which you can't have it all, bro.
And didn't Courtney say that they would have possibly worked out had they not had to play out their relationship on the show?
Yes.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Now, do you want to hear Kim talking to Chris about not having a husband?
Oh, man. Yo, let me tell you, man, this whole stuff with Kim and Kanye, like my heart actually, like despite how you feel about Kim and like watching the show over the years and whatever,
Sure.
my heart actually breaks for her.
Oh, because they got children, you
Right?
know?
Yes.
But it's interesting, though, because, again, we should remind people that as this was airing last night with Kim talking to Chris about being heartbroken over losing her husband, because so much time has happened between then and now, we're only seeing this play out now. Kanye is ripping all over France with Irina Shayk.
Bradley Cooper's ex.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper's ex, like having a great time.
Yeah.
I just feel like I've worked so hard in life to achieve everything that I've wanted to. And I've lived up to my expectations and achieved 10 times more than I even thought was humanly possible.
Yeah.
But I don't have a life to share that with. Like I do, obviously my kids and everything, but am I just gonna sit here and think, okay, my kids fulfill me and I'm good? And then I never thought I was lonely. And I always thought that's totally fine. I could just have my kids. My husband moves from state to state. And I'm on this ride with him. And I was okay with that. And then after turning 40 this year, I realized like, no, I don't want a husband that lives in a completely different state. To me, I thought, oh my God, that's when we're getting along the best. But then that is sad to me. And that's not what I want. Mm-hmm. I want someone that we have the same shows in common. I want someone that wants to work out with me. Like every single day, Chloe and Tristan and I would work out at 6 a.m., the three of us, and I was third wheeling it for a good, 8 months in quarantine. And I was so envious of that. I was like, wow, it's like the little things is what I don't have. I have all the big things.
Yeah.
I have the extravagant everything you could possibly imagine, and no one will ever do it like that. I know that. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for those experiences. But I think I'm ready for the smaller experiences that I think will mean a lot.
Oh. You think Kim...
but Kanye wasn't never that guy, though.
No.
You know, and I think that maybe you think that somebody's going to come around once you start a family and you settle down. You can still go off and be Kanye and please still be a genius and record, but...
And then come home at the end of the day and like curl up on the couch with your wife and watch Netflix.
But Kanye was never that guy. Kanye was never that guy.
You think Kanye watches the show? Probably not, huh?
Yeah,
like just
I
out
don't
of
know,
curiosity to see, because he lived this timeline that we're all now seeing, but he just lived it from a different perspective. And just to get a look at some of the conversations that were happening about him while he was in Wyoming. Like, I wonder if he watches.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that there's a lot of dudes right now that never thought they had a shot that are like, what do you say? You ready for the little things?
Yeah. Oh, girl.
The little things.
Yeah.
I got all the little things.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They did a poll and they asked people, how many meals could you cook without a recipe?
Oh,
so
goodness.
If I asked you, how many meals could you cook without a recipe?
Like 5, maybe 6?
Really, huh?
Maybe less. No, I'm going to say less, like 3.
Really?
Maybe.
What could you cook without a recipe?
I can do like a pasta dish.
Yeah?
Without a recipe.
And what else?
I could do like a breakfast dish without a recipe.
Like what? Like bacon and eggs?
Yeah.
You don't need a recipe for bacon and eggs.
Okay, so I can do 1.
Yeah. I thought you were going to come at me with a monster number right now.
No.
Maury, get in here for a second.
Listen, I enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
But I need specifics.
You do, huh?
Yes, I need a recipe.
Okay.
I need to know how much of this, how much of that.
Okay.
Of course I do.
Okay. But if I told you if I told you without using a package, right?
Yeah.
But you wanted taco meat.
Uh-huh.
Would you know what to throw in there?
No.
Just go into your spice cupboard? No. You wouldn't. Maury, how many recipes, how many meals could you cook without needing a recipe?
Like from scratch, not from like a box or anything, like just as is.
As is, nothing prepackaged, nothing from a box.
Absolutely
as is.
nothing.
Zero.
This
is shocking to me.
Like, I mean, I can put salmon in the oven.
Right.
With salt on it.
So 25% of people said less than 4 meals. 25% of people. 31 said that they could make between 4 and 10 different meals without a recipe. 39 said more than that. And 6% of adults claimed that they couldn't make anything without a little help.
I can make matzah brai.
What is that?
Where you soak matzah until it's soggy and then cook it with egg.
What's your number?
I don't even know.
Infinite.
Like, yeah. Like, so.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't use a recipe.
At all?
No, never.
Really?
No, never. I mean,
Interesting.
no. Sometimes if it's something specific, like I'm making a batter for something, then I will 100% because those things matter. But I don't bake, right? Like Catherine and Roxy have the stacks of books and printouts and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Because they bake. Because baking is a science. To me, cooking is more of an art. So it doesn't really matter.
You
Like
have
a little
to
bit of this,
follow
a little bit of
recipe
that.
for baking.
You
Because
do.
That's how you know the 1s over 2s and the 1s over 4s.
Even still, like for cooking, because I'd be afraid to have too much of one ingredient or not
Right.
enough of one ingredient.
Interesting to me.
Yeah,
So like a
I would
stew,
definitely.
like if you wanted to make a stew.
Nope, need a recipe.
Really,
I would
huh?
follow along. Yep.
That's incredible to me.
Oh, I mean, I can now cook chili in the slow cooker because I've done it so much. It's not hard to do that.
Right.
Go through the recipe right now.
Okay, so your canned diced tomatoes, your ground beef.
How
or
big is the
turkey.
can, though? Like what size can?
Okay, I need a recipe.
Ingredient 1. The first ingredient.
Folded already.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Conan O'Brien is winding down his show.
Yep.
He doesn't have a whole lot left. And I guess he's just bringing out all his like favorite people and favorite guests on his show. And Martin Short was on last night roasting Conan. And when you roast Conan, it's all the general stuff, right? It's his height, it's his red hair, it's his pale skin.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just go for the easy targets.
Super skinny.
Super skinny. And Martin Short did not disappoint.
My goodness, Conan, I have not seen you since the Capitol riots.
Oh, no.
You look fantastic.
Well, thank you very much, Martin. It's very nice.
You look like someone freeze-dried Prince Harry. Yeah, no, you look great. Those freckles are benign, right?
Yes, the
Everything's
freckles are benign.
Oh, no, you're pale. You are pale. You look like if you bleached bleach. No, you look fantastic.
Thank you
really
so
do.
much.
And I'm excited to be here at 8 more shows.
This is 8 more. This is, yeah,
you know.
this is,
And who's your final guest? I'm assuming it's Jay Leno. What did I do? If I've done something wrong, I'm going to be upset.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that.
So, like, is this? Did Martin Short just set the bar for roast? Like, who else?
Geez. Well, I don't know. I mean, Jack Black's the final guest, so.
Who else is coming up where they're going to be able to like really give him some digs?
Yeah.
I will say this: Martin Short then performed like a song that he wrote,
right?
Where he was showing footage of David Letterman's final show. Like it was like, oops, wrong show.
Oh, that's a bad roast. But yeah, no, Conan is moving over to where HBO Max,
HBO
right,
Max,
to do
yeah.
a weekly show, not a nightly show. It's gonna be like a very, very different kind of
But is it still
different
talk
kind of
show?
show. No, I don't think it is. I think it's. I don't know what it is. I don't know
Or
what
like
he's
sketches
doing.
or something?
I'm not 100% sure because Conan was doing specials too, right?
Yeah.
Where he was like going on the road and stuff. Because Conan was always really good with that. Even when he had his network show for a brief period of time, the stuff that he did on the road was always really, really great.
Yeah.
And so I don't know exactly what the HBO Max show is going to be, but like, does anybody like? I didn't even know. Like, and I love Conan. I don't know. Like, what time's the show on TBS?
Couldn't tell you.
Does anybody know? Do we even get it up here?
TBS,
Yeah, we do. It's like 11 something, 11:30 or
11
something. But I don't know.
No, I have no idea.
11:38?
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
There's a video on TikTok that's gone viral where somebody posted a question, and then you, as the user, will go in and answer that question.
Okay.
And this woman replied with the way she's been getting back at her ex-boyfriend. And this video has been viewed over 6.2 million times. So let me play this for you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's something that's incredibly immature that you will never stop doing?
Ever since my ex and I broke up in 2016, I've had a very interesting tactic for revenge. My revenge comes in the form of email newsletters. So if I'm in the airport and I need an email address to give to the airport so I can use their Wi-Fi, I give them his. If I want to read an article and they need an email, I'll send them his. Do I want to be updated about events and happenings in the company? Yes. Topics of interest? All of them. And he doesn't know why.
So great.
So she gave her ex-boyfriend's email address for all these things. So he's just getting spammed
So
left, right, and
great.
center,
It's
right?
so great.
So like I said, it's been viewed 6.2 million times, this woman's TikTok. So of course her ex is going to find out about it.
Right.
And sees it and ends up messaging her.
Oh, no.
Yes. He goes, I received this like 9 times. I'm getting abuse in all of my WhatsApp groups. And then she said, I didn't name you, though. I told people we were on good terms. What's everyone saying about it to you? How'd they recognize me? And then he said, how are we on good terms? And she replied, I know. So that's how she gets revenge on her ex by
That's
signing him up
so-
for all sorts of newsletters.
That is so petty. I love it.
And he just gets spammed like crazy.
I love
and has
it.
no idea how he's getting all these emails from places that he didn't sign up for.
Oh, it's so great. I have an email address that I only use for stuff like that.
Do you really?
Yeah, a separate email address that I only use when I need to sign up for BS like that. And
Do you
that
ever go in and like,
yeah, that email address, there's nothing personal in that email address.
Yeah.
Like I get nothing sent there that is of any use to anyone. And I will get still, because I started doing this probably, I don't even know, over a decade ago. That was my sign up for everything email address. And if you look at it, I get hundreds and thousands a week
Really?
of just garbage.
yeah, like save 25%, Hollister having a sale this
It
weekend.
is absolute. it's absolute garbage.
Really?
And I would say 20% is too perverted to even open, because once you send,
Perverted?
yeah, I got something. I don't know what I signed up for at some point, but I signed up for something where I guess the company was overtaken by another company, and I had signed up one time just with my regular email address because I liked a shirt they sold at this company.
Yeah.
And then I got an email from that what used to be the same company the other day, but they were offering me things. I don't know what the appropriate way to say this is. It's like an appendage with leather straps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at Maureen's like forwarded.
Yeah, Maureen's like forwarded to me.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I had another meatball sub last night.
Uh-oh. Did you just have one like on Monday?
I'm heavy. Yeah, I made meatballs, and then I just have so many meatballs left over.
How many did you make?
I do a 4 meatball sub.
Now,
and
are
a
we talking
decent sized meatball too.
straight up meatball, or is it a mix of?
What do you mean?
Of like, is it all beef?
No, you can never do an all beef meatball.
Or are you doing like a veal, chicken?
Don't do
kinda-
veal.
No.
Don't do veal. No, I do beef and pork.
Okay, good one.
Beef and pork. I don't do veal. But you can't do an all beef meatball. It's too dense. You need the you need the airiness of ground pork in order to do a good meatball. No, my meatballs are very simple, and I'm sure that all the Italians are going to start texting in.
Well, they're going to be texting in because you call them Italians.
No, I didn't.
My
meatballs-
Small meatballs are big.
No, my meatball is the size of, what can I compare it to? Bigger than a golf ball, right?
Smaller than a baseball.
Smaller than a baseball, definitely. About the size.
Like a softball?
No,
No,
a
softball
softball. Jeez, no, that's huge. You could never eat that. That's the size of a baby's head. No,
Yo, I've been to a Italian spot
where you get one big giant meatball
in Chicago.
Yeah,
massive.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not a
so
fan
good.
of that. No, I do beef and ground beef, ground pork, and then I keep it simple. I do garlic, salt and pepper, some fresh parm in there, and then for breadcrumbs, I soak bread in milk. and mix all so I take the crust off the bread and I soak the bread in milk and then I squish it out with my hands. And then I throw that in there with an egg and I mix it all up like that. And that's how I form my meatballs with fresh parsley.
I'm getting sleepy just hearing you describe this. The sub.
Yeah, and then the other thing too with meatballs, and I don't know what's the more authentic way to cook a meatball because I've done them both my whole life. Sometimes I will oil in a pan, fry the outside of the meatball. Sometimes I'll cook them full stop all the way in a pan so you get that crispy outside. But what I'm into lately with meatballs is all oven all the time.
Really?
Yeah, all oven all the time. That's how I get the juicy balls. Right? Is that all oven all the time. And then when they're cooked, I'll throw some sauce on the top of it and cook a little bit of sauce on the top. Sometimes I don't even do that and I just save the sauce for the end. I cook the sauce separately.
Do you move the balls around or do you just like leave it in there?
Leave them.
The whole time?
Leave them. 350 for like 25 minutes.
Rotate.
That's it. Don't even rotate them.
At all.
Just leave them. Yeah.
When
That's
we
how I
do
do.
our like meatballs with a pasta, we will put them in with the sauce.
Right.
And let it simmer for like 2 hours.
Right.
That's
What
how we cook
kind
ours.
of pasta are you using?
A gluten-free.
But like what kind? Like what? Like spaghetti?
Oh, yeah, like spaghetti, or
Yeah.
we use penne or fusilli.
Yeah.
I don't discriminate pasta.
No, see, I was watching a video where somebody had said that she was Italian, like straight up Italian, had the accent and everything. She was so Italian when she talks, she flips in between Italian and English words and doesn't know she's doing it. Like that's how Italian she is. And she was saying that you never do spaghetti in meatballs. That you have to have a thicker egg-based pasta if you're doing meatballs, and that nobody does actually spaghetti and meatballs, which I found weird because to me spaghetti and meatballs is like the most Italian thing ever.
I
Right?
love just a plate of meatballs.
What's that?
I love just a plate.
Yeah,
of meatballs.
plate of meatballs with some bread on the side, a little bit of sauce and a little bowl. To me, that's heaven,
The way
right?
Matthew makes meatballs is he buys sausages and takes the meat out of the casing and forms it from that.
That's a sausage, though.
No, but he forms meatballs from the sausage meat.
But that's a sausage ball.
Yeah, but he calls them meat. Well, it's still meat.
Well, it
And
is
then he boils
technically.
them.
And he boils them.
What?
Excuse me, he boils a meatball.
That is so disgusting. Oh my God, I'm going to throw up.
He boils sausage
Okay,
meat.
hold on.
He boils sausage meat.
He makes sausage balls and boils them.
Yeah. And then dinner's up.
And you eat them.
Yes.
With what?
With what? Yeah.
Like usually
Shame.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I know you're not really following up on the Jays,
Yeah.
but they have been killing it lately. And yesterday's game, first of all, they played the Red Sox over the weekend, right? And on Saturday, they slaughtered them 7-2. But I don't know if you saw the score
I just did.
of yesterday's game.
Yeah.
18-4, which included 8 home runs.
It's wild, huh?
The most ever by a visitor at Fenway.
That's wild.
The last time that record was hit was 7 home runs by Baltimore, and that was back in 1967.
God, that's crazy.
So if there's any time to really be a fan of the Toronto Blue Jays,
It's now, huh?
even though today I'm wearing a Toronto Raptors jersey,
Whatever.
t-shirt.
Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
That one particular stat I didn't read until this morning.
Yeah.
But incredible game, 18-4. And I always wonder when it comes to baseball and you see these astronomical divides in scores, right?
Yeah.
Like if at some point as the other team, if the manager says like, we just got to play this out, or like, can you just forfeit? I guess you can't really forfeit.
No. But this is back like
Because like, what's the chance of coming back from
like very low,
right? 18-4.
It's very low.
Like at what point in that scoring do you say, let's just play out the game? Like when the Jays have 10 runs?
Yeah, you just keep going. It's baseball. You don't.
12 runs?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
suck. It's you don't bow out in professional sports. That's
No,
ridiculous.
I know,
ridiculous.
but like 18-4 is just
Yeah, it's an embarrassing number, and they should feel embarrassed by it. And hopefully, they use it to regroup and get better on the field. But this reminds me, like this much talk of home runs, is especially with the Jays, and it's because it's so isolated to the Jays. This is like back with Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire. Right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
during the steroid rally.
Oh, yeah.
When those two juice heads were just, going at each other. which was exciting baseball.
I know.
It was some of the most.
Despite the drugs.
Yeah, whatever. Let them do it. Who cares? First, everybody. Did you see all this stuff about the sticky balls?
The sticky balls?
Sticky balls.
What sticky balls?
Sticky balls.
Who has sticky balls?
They all have sticky balls.
Who's sticky balls?
Everybody's balls are sticky.
What are you talking
And it's
about?
a whole thing right now.
Seriously?
Yes.
Was there sticky balls at the Jays game yesterday?
Nah, maybe not, but they're saying that this is one of the reasons why pitchers are slowly going downhill and you're getting things like 8 home runs in a game.
Tell me about sticky balls.
So they put like stuff on their balls, right?
Yeah.
And it gives them better control.
The pitchers.
Of the pitchers,
Uh-huh.
yes. It gives them better control of the ball, of their curve, of their spin, of their everything, right?
Wow.
And batters actually like it. They were talking to a bunch of ball players where they were like, let the pitchers use sticky balls because without the sticky balls, you get far more balls to the face. Right. So they were like, let them use sticky balls because at least they have better control over it, which actually brings down the risk of injury to people at the plate.
Sticky balls to the
Yeah,
face.
but now they're cracking down on sticky balls. There's that one video where the pitcher threw it, the ball sort of went wild, it bounced off the ground, and the guy's ball stuck right to the catcher's chest plate without him holding it. It's stuck there.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't they have to check the balls, though?
Well, who checks them, though? Who's in charge of that?
The
Everybody's in
umpire.
on it. And they're all in on it.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
Balls to the chest.
Yeah, and I exactly, right? And who knows if they can detect,
Like what kind of sticky stuff you
yeah,
put on it?
yeah. And who puts it on it? Is the pitcher? Is it the catcher who puts it on it and then throws it back to the pitcher? Like, you don't know these things.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a whole deal. But that's one of the reasons why
Wow.
they're saying there's things like 8 home runs in a game.
That's crazy.
It's 'cause
Well,
they're cracking down
congrats
on
to the
sticky
Jays.
balls.
That 18-4 win over the Red Sox and 8 home runs yesterday.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a woman in the Philippines who just
Excuse me.
gave birth to a baby boy.
Congratulations, lady in the Philippines.
And the dad wanted to give the kid one of those quirky names, much like how Elon Musk gave his kid that
Sure, yeah.
AX12, A12. I don't even know how you pronounce it. But this guy's a super nerd.
Okay.
In the Philippines. And shout out to all my Filipinos out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that they would co-sign this.
Okay.
But this dad got his wife to agree to name their newborn son Hypertext Markup Language, a.k.a. HTML.
So the kid's name is HTML?
Correct. He's a web developer, loves his job, so that's part of the reason why he did it. He also said that his family has this long tradition of giving their kids weird names, and he wanted to honor that. For example, his name is Mac, but it's short for Macaroni 85.
Excuse me.
His real name, his legal name is Macaroni 85.
Why the 85?
I guess that was the year he was born.
Oh.
His sister's legal name is Spaghetti 88.
No, it's not.
Swear.
No, shut up.
Yeah. Spaghetti
Is
88.
this like a language barrier thing, though? Do you think, maybe?
No.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
Like you think English is like they're fully fluent and they've chosen these names?
Yes.
Macaroni and spaghetti.
Yeah, Macaroni
Okay.
85 and Spaghetti 88.
Okay.
And now Macaroni 85, his newborn son, is named HTML.
Right. Hitmel. How do you pronounce that?
H?
Hitmel. HTML.
Like, would they just shorten it to
Hotmail.
H?
Hotmail.
No, not Hotmail.
No.
I think that they would call him
H?
for
You
sure.
think somebody's going to go around in life with the name H?
Yeah.
That's not even a cool, there's a lot of one-letter names you can have. Q.
Oh, they're going to call him Hypertext?
Q is a great name, right?
Sure.
B, you can call somebody B, right? That's a great name. X, you can call somebody X, right? Even V, you can call somebody V. You can't call somebody H.
We're not going to
Doesn't
go around
work.
calling them HTML.
Why not?
I mean,
I'd make people call me HTML.
I guess if that was
If that
his
was my name.
Right?
Yeah.
Or the long form, Hypertext Markup Language.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. That's cruel.
And then you got to have a last name on top of that.
But is the full name Hypertext Markup Language or is the full name HTML?
No, I think it's Hypertext Markup Language.
And then he's just going to go to HTML for short. and then
HTML for short,
H
yeah.
for short.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, you can't go with H.
Not at all?
At all. No. No, it's not one of the letters that you can use on its own to call somebody by their name.
Why not, though?
Nah, it doesn't work.
I'd call somebody H.
Nah, even A. I would take A.
A over H?
Yeah, 100%. Wow. Yeah.
Why, though?
Yeah, because H doesn't work.
It just doesn't sound pleasant, you think?
No, it doesn't. That's ugly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No offense to H or anybody whose name is H. Okay, don't
Shout
come
out
at
to all the Harolds and Heathers and
But that's the thing.
Henrys.
Nobody with the name, like no Heather, none of her friends have ever called her H. Right? If your name is Vivian, your friends can call you V.
Or Viv.
Right? Even V though. V. Like
Sure.
let's go with one letter. Right?
Okay.
Right? Like if you're yeah. But if your name is Harold, none of your friends are calling you H.
What's up, H?
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't sound right.
No, H is one of those weird ones that you really can't do much with it. No offense to Harold's. But that is, I would say, stupid.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
James Wan, who directed Aquaman from 2018. I don't know if you saw this, what he posted on IG yesterday.
No.
It's just a picture of his laptop screen showing the title of the new Aquaman movie because they're in production meetings for the new movie right now.
What's it called? Aquaman Soak It Up?
Oh, no, that's for the third one.
Oh.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And then he just captioned it with The Tide is Rising.
Yeah. That's a lame title.
You don't like it?
No.
I mean,
That's
I don't
a lame
care.
title.
I don't care what it is.
Aquaman was a lame movie.
I didn't mind it.
Really,
Out of
huh?
out of all the DC movies,
It's last on my list.
Is it really?
Yeah, last. Absolutely. And dead last.
It made...
Well, let me check on that because I may be lying through my ass right now.
Like, more last than Justice League? Both versions?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
would prefer to watch any of those Justice League movies over the Aquaman one?
Yeah. Yeah. I did not like... Oh, maybe I liked Aquaman better than Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed Aquaman more than any of the other DC movies, to be
Really,
honest
huh?
with you.
Yeah.
And that movie made $1 billion worldwide.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it like people. I know people loved it, and I can't argue why it wasn't good. Like I'm not gonna I didn't sit there and pull it apart. I just didn't enjoy it at all. I don't like the. When it comes to comic book movies for me, the ones that sort of rise to the top are the ones where a hero lives in a human world. And you have that sort of crossover of an extraordinary human being living in a sort of layman's world where awful things happen, and you can see the difference in what makes a super special. Aquaman takes place under the water where everybody is a fish person. And I wasn't interested in that, right? At all. Like it just wasn't my thing. I liked Shazam because Shazam was just like a kid, took place in the regular world, great origin story, fighting bad guys, but people are still riding buses, freaked out with what's going on. There was no human, there was no sort of humanity to Aquaman that dragged me in at all. And it was just pure underwater fantasy, which just is not for me.
Well, the sequel is coming out December 16th, 2022 is when they're hoping to drop in.
Aquaman's a tough one to do in that sort of regular world. Like you can't Clark Kent Aquaman unless it it's going to take place on a cruise ship, right? Like you can't have him interact with real people in that sort of same way.
Right. I mean, he tried, right? They tried to have him mix in with normal folk in that little town, but they all kind of like knew who he...
But not doing Aquaman things, though.
Right.
Like his superpowers are only great when he's in the water.
Yeah.
Right?
Damnit Maurie.
What are you talking about? It's going to be great.
Here we go.
That's
what are you talking about?
That's what you came in here for?
Yeah.
Yeah, all this way.
Yeah, all this way. He's out of breath. Was it worth it, Maury? No. Now he's got to take a knee.
Anyway, the sequel's title is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Google Trends. It's a section where you can see basically what people are searching for right around the world.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll also give you in real time what's trending in whatever region.
Sure.
For example, I learned today that out of everywhere in Canada, right across Canada, the one province that searches or has been searching the most about COVID news and information is Manitoba. Out of everywhere
Really?
in Canada. Yes.
Yeah, they got hit pretty hard, though.
So, and every now and then there's like Google Trends or Google will release a story, like a fun story of like what people are searching for in different places around the world, right? So what they did now is they posted a map in the U.S. of the number one word that each state has Googled because people aren't sure how to spell that word.
Right.
Tennessee is the only state with a number one word search, and that word only has 4 letters in it. People in Tennessee want to know how to spell the word gray.
So if you're in Tennessee, I would say it's Gray, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Whereas everywhere else, it's Grey.
Yes.
There are 5 states that are having trouble with 5-letter words. Wisconsin cannot spell the word quiet.
What do you get?
Kentucky.
People put the E on the end, I bet, right?
I bet, probably.
Yeah, you get quite.
Kentucky
What?
doesn't know how to spell the word color. Where in the States, it's C-O-L-O-R.
Right.
Over here, it's C-O-L-O-U-R.
Right. We do the O-U a lot.
Hawaii didn't know how to spell bagel.
Really?
South Dakota can't spell the word equal. And North Carolina doesn't know how to spell the word donut.
How?
I don't know.
How do you donut?
People in Arizona want to know how to spell the word friend. Indiana want to know how to spell assist. Sorry, friend is for Arizona and Indiana.
Right.
The word assist is what's being searched for in Utah. Hungry in Mexico. And this one's a weird one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In Pennsylvania, what they're Google searching on how to spell is the word cousin.
Oh, excuse me. Like how close? How close is too close? Is second okay? Is that what they
So
want
I
to
don't know
know?
what's going on out there in Pennsylvania. Delaware folks are searching for the word career on how to spell that.
Yeah.
And then in Connecticut, they want to know how to spell the word bougie.
Oh, yes. I had a good friend. She was from Australia and her name was Tamara. Tamara.
Yeah.
And she went to school for a brief time in maybe like Alabama or Kentucky, one of those like big football schools. She went to university there for a while. And when she left, she was leaving the school and going back to Australia for a while. And on her going away card, a bunch of her friends got together and just wrote her like a bunch of little notes on her going away card. And her name is Tamara, Tamara. 2 people on her going away card wrote her name Tomorrow.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Tomorrow. Because
No.
because nobody says tomorrow. Everybody only says Tamara.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So they thought they thought the girl's name was Tomorrow.
But because of slang and just the way we say words,
Yes.
it's tomorrow.
They assumed that her name was Tomorrow because she introduced herself as Tamara.
Again, these are Google Trends. They're posting in the U.S. which words certain states are searching for the absolute most.
Yeah.
The number one most common word people in California, Nevada, Oregon, North Dakota, Illinois, New York, and New Jersey cannot spell is the word beautiful.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And-
I always screw up restaurant. I always get a red line under restaurant.
Really?
Yep, always.
And then autocorrect.
Yeah, I just let it do its thing.
And finally, the number one word people in Colorado have to Google to spell right is the word Colorado.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do you see Cristiano Ronaldo screwed over Coca-Cola real bad?
What happened?
So he was doing a press conference on Monday at the Euro. And when you walk out, the sponsors, they always litter that table with sponsorships, right?
Yeah.
And Cristiano Ronaldo walks out, and there's 2 bottles of Coca-Cola there.
Okay.
and he grabs the 2 bottles of Coca-Cola and just slides them far enough out of frame where they're not in his shot.
Like on purpose?
On purpose.
Does he have like another sponsor or something?
No. And then he grabs a bottle of water and basically it just says like, drink water, right?
Yeah.
So listen to this. Listen to the clip. Like, there's not much here, but this is the moment it happened. Sliding the bottles.
Sliding of the bottles, yeah.
Coca-Cola. Então, olá, boa tarde a todos. Queria dar as boas-vindas à conferência de imprensa da antevisão do Portugal.
Right? And then he picks up water and just says agua, right? Like water.
Water,
Drink water.
Hydrate.
So right after that, by the end of the press conference, Coca-Cola's shares had dropped 1.6% from $55.22 from $56.17. So Cristiano Ronaldo,
95 cents.
Cristiano Ronaldo sat at that press conference, moved 2 bottles of Coca-Cola off to his left. By the end of the press conference, he cost Coca-Cola $4 billion in market share.
What? Just for that 95 cents?
Because that's
or
what
just for their sliding those 2 Coke bottles over?
Yes, because that's what their market share dropped by.
So you telling me the world saw that and they were like, we're done with Coke?
It matters. Stuff like that matters.
Or people who invest in Coke?
No, it's just valuations, right? It's like that stuff. It's like when Oprah, remember when Oprah said something about Mad Cow and she destroyed the beef industry? It was crazy, right?
People are like, where are you getting your facts from?
No, it was factual, but Oprah like destroyed, like she did some damage to the beef industry.
So did they expect like he was just going to leave it there? They just thought that he would just whatever,
okay,
right?
So later on in a statement, Coca-Cola said everyone is entitled to their drink preferences. Then they said players are offered water alongside Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola Zero sugar on arrival at the press conferences. And basically they are allowed to do whatever they want with whatever the drinks. They're offered everything. Most people don't move them. Right?
Because as an athlete, you're not going to down a bottle of Coke before you sit there and do a press conference.
No, and Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't want to sit there in front of. He's a health nut, right?
Yeah,
like
big time.
I think he has like 7. He's one of these guys that has like 7 naps a day and like 14 meals, right? Like he doesn't want to sit there in front of bottles of Coca-Cola, and so he slid them off to the side. Cost Coca-Cola $4 billion in market share. Right? There was another player who's Muslim who plays for Man U who walked out, and one of the sponsors with a bottle sitting right there on the table was Heineken. And right before his press conference, he grabbed a bottle of Heineken and slid it off to the side. Because he's like, I'm not sitting at a table with a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, it's not my jam. I don't drink. I don't do this stuff. Not as popular as Cristiano Ronaldo. He didn't affect Heineken in any way. Right? Yeah. Somebody on the other side of the table probably grabbed it and was like, thanks, bro. But yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, $4 billion in market value is what he cost Coca-Cola.
That's crazy.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I think maybe we kind of got confirmation from Drake as to when Certified Lover Boy is going to be coming out. This album's been delayed so much. And he went as far as putting out that video over the holidays, the Christmas holidays, advertising that Certified Lover Boy would be dropping in January. And then still no word until like before spring started. It was like, okay, the album's going to be delayed.
We were saying the other day that it's almost as if he's redoing a bunch of it and just not saying anything, right?
Yeah. I think that might have been what happened. He probably listened to the project, scrapped the whole thing and said...
And also tastes change, right?
Completely.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do brand new. Because since he announced that the album was going to be delayed again for like the 3rd time...
Right.
All over IG, he's not posting... Like, there's no mention of the album whatsoever. He's pushing candles. He's pushing OVO gear. He's pushing, like, shots of his son.
Yeah.
Or him, like, hanging out in LA, doing parties or kicking it with LeBron or attending different events. But, like, no word whatsoever on the album. There was, like, that one clip a couple of weeks ago where he posted, it was a video, him and 40, I guess, chilling in, like, the studio. And 40 was, like, maybe editing a song. And he did, like, 15, 20 seconds where he played the audio. But who knows if that's even for his own track. Because he popped up on, like, so many other artists' music. Right? He was on Migos' album that dropped on Friday. He was on Nicki Minaj's album that dropped last month, the Beat Me Up Scotty, like the bonus album, where it's him and Lil Wayne with Nicki Minaj. He's like popped up on like number of tracks, but just no word on his own.
Maybe he wrote a bunch of songs because he was like an anti-vaxxer and thought that like everybody would be the same. And then he realized that, oh man, no, I got to take those off. You know what I mean?
Let me redo these songs.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, he was at a rap battle that took place, I believe, in LA, because that's where he's been lately, and talking about coming back, or asked if he would come back because there's, I guess, the continuation of it in like mid-September. So they asked him about it, and then he brings up Certified Lover Boy.
They ain't coming back again. Shout a Drake,
You
man.
coming back?
Don't quote him on that.
When is it?
When is it? Don't quote me on that.
Because I'm trying to drop. Don't quote him on that.
It is. I don't know the dates.
They don't
even have a date. They don't have a date.
It's at the end of the summer.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. My album will be out by then.
Okay.
So they said end of summer, midsummer, end of summer, and he said my album will be out by then. So I don't know if that's confirmed, but it's finally like something from Drake talking about potentially releasing the album.
But what makes this different than the last time he said this?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
He could say, yeah, it'll be out by summer or by September, and then September rolls around, no album. He'll be like,
right,
still working on it.
Yeah.
It'll be out by 2022.
Yeah.
Who knows? But that's the only thing we have so far from Drake's mouth about the album, Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Disney's new animated movie, Luca, is available right now on Disney+. Jacob Tremblay stars as Luca. Sacha Baron Cohen is a voice in there. Giacomo Giannotti is a voice in the movie. Maya Rudolph as well. And Jim Gaffigan.
This movie is awesome. I've watched it twice now.
Really?
It is so good. I cried.
Did you?
I bawled my eyes out
Yeah.
because I'm jealous of the two friends. I didn't have friendships like this.
Right.
So Luca is a little sea creature, lives obviously in the water. It takes place in Italy, and he comes up out of the water and forms a friendship with a human.
Well, when he comes out of the water, he turns into a human. And then when he goes into the water, he turns back into a sea
Like a
monster.
mermaid.
But like all of the scales disappear.
Right. Yes. Okay.
So Jim Gaffigan is in the movie Who Damnit Maurie Talked To, and in regular Damnit Maurie fashion, whenever he speaks to somebody,
I make
famous,
it awesome.
He sucks up to them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Big time. And then just the conversation, it gets a little weird.
Okay.
And this one, it had the potential of being normal. The thing that gets weird and that freaks everybody out, at least for me, is whenever Maury uses the word daddy.
Oh, God.
This movie was absolutely incredible. I was crying watching this movie. I was so jealous of the two kids in this movie because I didn't have a friendship like that. So I was like, I want that. Now, in the movie, you're an incredible dad. And in real life, you're an incredible dad. You have that daddy voice in this movie. Did that just come naturally to you as a father to have daddy voice?
I think so. I think it was, I'm kind of this confused, distracted, preoccupied dad anyway, and I used to feel guilty about it. But, like as parents, we like to think that we know everything about our kids, but when we look back on our childhood, we kind of think, our parents didn't know what was going on. So it's kind of somewhere in between that.
I like how at the very beginning, Jim Gaffigan didn't even acknowledge the fact.
What do you say? You're talking to a guy. He's like, I didn't have any friends. You're like, God damn, I'm just trying to promote a movie, man. Like, take it to the couch. Save it for Groot, man.
And of course, as things get better in the States, tours are happening there. You've seen like hockey games and basketball games. They're allowing crowds and crowds of people into arenas. And I know Jim Gaffigan is getting ready to hit the road, which is something that Maury asked him about.
You are going to be returning to stage very soon. Is that exciting to you? Or are you a little nervous about getting back into the real world of things?
There's definitely some concern, but the weird thing is about stand-up is fear is the best motivator. So even when you're obviously always trying out new material, but it's like when you're not frightened, that's when you bomb. You know what I mean? When you think you have it figured out, that's when you're going to fail. So it's like it's the cobbling it together or the drive to kind of do it properly that keeps you on your toes.
Like he's doing Broadway in the 40s. When you return to stage.
You're away with words, Maury. That's next level. That is Jim Gaffigan. The new movie Luca is available now on Disney+.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hi, Susanna. It's Roz and Mocha. Happy birthday.
Like Roz and Mocha?
Like Roz and Mocha.
Oh, my God.
Roz,
Well,
Roz,
thank
and
you.
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. Roz, Roz, and Mocha. How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now.
What's going on?
So you were not expecting this call?
Well, my husband kind of said, oh, I'm going to get Mocha to call you. And I was like, no, you're not. And then here you are.
Husbands are the worst. Husbands have been blowing this for like a real long time now.
Always.
People used to call in and they would really be able to keep it a secret. But every time we try and surprise somebody with one of these calls, your loudmouth husband has already spoiled it.
Yeah. Either says something or acts weird around you the day of and like always checking your phone and being like, yo, is your volume up on your phone?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
Man.
Wouldn't it be cool if Mocha called for your birthday? Like, that would be so weird. Shut up, man. You're ruining everything.
Oh, my gosh. This is great. I love you guys so much.
How long you been listening for?
I don't even know. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
At least 5 years. When I got
okay.
my first car and started driving to work. Yeah.
So big day for you today. You're Dirty 30. What are you doing to celebrate? I know it's like your second COVID B day and you can't really do too much, but what's the big plan?
Well, I'm a twin, so I'm going to celebrate with my twin sister and my parents because we're in the same bubble.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Just a small dinner. And
Are
that's
you guys identical?
No, we're fraternal.
You're fraternal. So what's that like?
It's great. I mean, you just have a best friend for life since day one. So it's very special, and we're best friends. And we actually had babies a month apart, so we're actually that close. So, yeah.
Really, huh? Damn. Do you wish you were identical?
No.
You don't?
Just because, it's good to be different.
When you're fraternal, what is that? Is that like you're born the same day, but like
You don't look
minutes
the
apart
same. You
and
don't look the same. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't look the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like the Property Brothers.
Sure.
Yeah.
So who's older out of the two of you?
She's 12 minutes older than me.
Oh, damn. Did she throw that in your face?
All the time.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, all the time. Now, are you guys like around the same height? Are you around how close are you?
We're very different. Like, people don't even consider us twins. They think we're just siblings because we're very different looking.
Right.
My sister looks like my mom. I look like my dad.
That's crazy. That's crazy how that happens. Like, fraternal twins almost freak me out more than identical twins.
Right.
Like, I can wrap my head around identical twins if I'm a little drunk. But fraternal twins are crazy. So that's great. So you guys are celebrating together. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the same? Did you guys have the same taste in guys and stuff when you were growing up?
No, we always had very different tastes, but we're both married to Italians, so I guess culture matters.
Oh, there you go.
Yo, those dinners, those big family dinners must be amazing, huh?
Oh my gosh, the pasta and the focaccia and the pizza. Yes.
Hit me up. Yeah. Well, Susanna, happy birthday. Thank you very much for being such a dedicated listener of the Roz and Mocha Show. Much love to your loudmouth husband, Matthew, who reached out as well to say that you're a big fan and he wanted to surprise you, not surprise you.
Yeah, thank you.
And between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
I thought I had this planned, but now I'm so torn. But I'm going to say Mocha, just because you make my Fridays and my week just so much better with your big Friday yell, and I love it.
So wait a second. So I make every other day, but Mocha makes Friday, so he gets the win?
Yes, let's do that. Are you happy if I say yes to that?
No.
Roz would much prefer consistency. Happy birthday, Susanna.
Thank you so much.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Roz and Mocha. Who's this?
Jessica, how are you guys?
Good. What's going on, Jessica?
Good. I just wanted to tell you who my favorite is. I haven't heard it in a couple of days.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
So, Mocha, I love your laugh, but Roz, I got to give you the shout out because I find that you make everybody laugh and you have all the facts, and that's a hard gig. So to make thousands and possibly millions of people laugh every day, I got to give my shout out to you.
You got to give your shirt to me?
The shout out.
Oh, shout out. Sorry.
You want it.
Sorry. Wow, we're talking here.
I know
Wow,
it's a
so
lot to
Roz
take
is the
in.
funny one now?
Wow.
He is super funny, and to do that every day, that's a hard gig. So I got to give my props to you.
It's really not, honestly. I put like
It is.
I saw the last couple of since like COVID and all this, I give like 60% most days.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah.
More than enough for people like me. I work in a long-term care facility, so hearing you guys every morning before I have to go into what I have to do every day really helps. So thank you both.
I think that people in your situation where you work with people who aren't necessarily the most lively bunch probably find us far more entertaining, right?
Hey, there's so many of us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's man. Ever since, especially this, last year and a half, Mocha and I have just heard some of the greatest compliments from people who have listened to this show, where they went from listening to this show to sort of using this show over the last year, because there have been a lot of moments where you needed a break from everything that was going on and you needed a laugh and a little bit of an escape. And what we've heard from so many people is that's actually what we do on this show. If you're ever wondering what this show is, we've been told countless times over the last year that that's exactly what this show is. And it is the highest compliment that can be paid. And we are more than happy to be that thing for people during all of this.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Jessica, you're the best. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I don't mind losing out to Roz for being your favorite. What was it again? Because he reminds you of some of the elderly that you work with on the daily? Is that what it was?
You got it right on the dot.
Yeah,
Shut up.
That's what it was.
Stop it. Whatever. I'm gonna take my braided belt off and beat your ass, Mocha.
Thanks, Jessica. Have a good day.
Okay.
All right. Bye, love.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's news time.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mocha.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Damn right.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, both billionaires.
Yeah. New headphones?
No, they're opening their own school.
What?
They said that they would spend whatever is necessary to make this school, which will be in South Los Angeles, successful and sought after, and a place that will motivate LA students to be critical thinkers, entrepreneurs, and innovators. The move represents a rare investment in the nation's second largest school system, where more than 80% of students are Latino and Black, and about the same number come from low-income families. The new school will, quote, be a magnet school, meaning that students can apply from across the massive sprawl district where this will be. Transportation will be provided.
Wow.
LA School Superintendent Austin Botner said that the district has an obligation to find new and better and more engaging programs for schools. The Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine effort, he said, could create, quote, the coolest high school in America.
Wow.
Iovine and Dr. Dre sold Beats, if you remember, back in 2014 for $3 billion.
Yeah.
And then they went on to be executives at Apple. But they're building a high school is what their plan is.
You know who, something similar, not a full high school, a smaller school for like a couple hundred kids maybe?
Yeah.
Will.i.am.
Yes.
He has something similar where it's a tech-based, critical thinking type thing.
Right.
As well.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roger Waters, who was the singer for and just sort of major architect of Pink Floyd all those years ago, one of their most popular songs that you guys all know is Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. So here's a little taste of that. Right? Everybody knows this.
Yes.
Climax spins it on the show all the time, everything else. So Roger Waters was at an event to support WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange.
Okay.
And he was talking about how he had just been approached by a company to license this song for something that they wanted to do. And so here's Roger Waters' response to that.
Okay.
This is something that I actually put in my folder when I came out here today. It's a request for the rights to use my song, Another Brick in the Wall 2, in the making of a film to promote Instagram. So it's a missive from Mark Zuckerberg with an offer of a huge, huge amount of money. And the answer is, you.
Oh!
No way. This
Oh
is the insidious movement of them to take over absolutely everything. I will not be a party to this bull, Zuckerberg. how did this little who started off by saying, she's pretty, we'll give her a 4 out of 5. She's ugly, we'll give her a 1. How the did he get any power in anything? And yet here he is, one of the most powerful idiots in the world.
Wow, this guy is not like Zuckerberg, huh?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Powerful idiots in the world.
Right? Not a fan. Well, good for him, though.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Selma Hayek on Ellen yesterday. Selma, you know, I feel about people who own weird pets, right? Like every now and then.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Nah, when you're walking down the street and you see somebody just standing there in front of like the dollar store with a snake around their neck.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday afternoon. Like, don't do that. Selma Hayek is an owl lady.
She is?
Yeah, she owns an owl.
No.
And I guess owls eat like critters.
Oh, yeah.
And then they barf up the hair from those critters.
No, they don't.
But only the owl in this story barfed up the hair of one of those critters on like somebody's who is super famous. Listen to this.
There's this ball of hair that comes out of their mouth.
Yeah, after they eat the animal, then they regurgitate the hair of the animal. Yeah.
Yes, and one time there was a very important celebrity, I will not say his name, and he was really excited about the owl and was hoping that the owl would go on his head because it was on me. And the minute he least expected it, it came on his head, but then he did the thing.
No.
And this thing came out. This ball of rat hair was on his head.
Ew.
He was okay. He was kind of cool. He screamed.
Just before you go, who was the celebrity that the owl was sitting on? You can tell us.
Harry Styles.
That's what I thought.
No, Harry Styles?
I'm not in trouble. He was super cool, by the way. He was super cool even with that happening.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Harry Styles?
Yes.
What was Harry Styles doing at Selma Hayek's house?
I don't know. Maybe they were working together, doing something together. But anyway, Selma Hayek's owl threw up a hairball on Harry Styles' head.
Rat hairball. That's so
rat
gross.
hairball. Rat hair. Do you have rats in your neighborhood?
No, we have like tiny little mice.
Yeah, but no rats though.
No
huh?
rats. I haven't seen any.
We got rats in my
Oh,
neighborhood.
that's so gross.
Yeah.
No thanks.
It's not cool.
I saw this thing on Twitter. One of those ads popped up from the UK,
right?
Where it's a bucket that has like a flappy top.
Yeah.
Where you smear food like this.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter is the example.
That's what mice like.
This,
they like peanut butter.
This video showed. And then the mice, they just run up the ramp of this bucket.
Yeah.
And they go to reach for the peanut butter.
And it's
then
like
they
a
fall
trapdoor.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can fill a bucket in no time.
Whoa, it's so gross.
Yeah.
I watched that video. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. Because then in my mind, it would just gross me out knowing how many mice are actually in and around my neighborhood.
Do you not have mice in your house at all?
No.
No?
None.
I bet you do.
No, we don't.
Guaranteed.
I don't think so.
Guaranteed you do. Do
No,
you have traps?
We have like bait stations outside.
Yeah. Are they full or are they empty? Have you checked them?
The last time we checked, one was full.
Yeah.
The other one was like half empty.
Yeah. Those bait stations are crazy. It's a crazy technology. It just dehydrates them, right?
Oh, does it? I don't even know.
Yeah, but no, we have rats in my neighborhood, like big rats.
Really?
Big. Like, big.
Oh, that bucket? Like
big rats.
Oh,
Yeah.
when I saw that Twitter ad,
Yeah.
I had to click the button that says like, "Don't show me this again."
Really?
Yeah, it's so
Wow.
gross.
Are you scared of mice?
No, I'm not scared. It's just a thought of a bucket full of rats.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Even saying a bucket full of rats is like, what did you do to deserve that life?
Because then you have to go
Right?
and discard. Like, where are you going to put them? Because they're still alive.
Yeah, I know.
Then where are you going to put them?
Yeah. Well,
Dump them out on the street?
Well,
No.
if you ask Catherine, she's like, just drive them up the road and let them all go. And they're going to be back in anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Maury.
What is worse, a bucket full of rats or a bucket full of roaches?
Oh, bucket full of rats.
Yeah,
I'd say bucket full of roaches.
You would, huh?
Absolutely.
No way.
Yeah, I've
Rats.
lived with both, and the rats are, no.
I got the heebie-jeebies
You
now,
do,
guys.
I'm
huh?
afraid of roaches.
Why?
Oh, because I've lived with them, and they're just the scariest little things.
Scary.
They're not that scary.
And when you're in Israel, they fly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Only when you're in Israel?
Yeah.
Well, unless you bring one back.
Yeah, some roaches are they're
Gross.
yeah,
Okay,
they're-
next,
they're
next.
disgusting. They're disgusting. Okay, bucket full of rats.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kevin Hart took to Twitter to defend his comedy against critics. I guess somebody said that he wasn't funny or whatever.
Oh, no.
But Kevin Hart said this, I got time today. The he's not funny slander is the best. This is for you. I have 3 stand-up comedy specials that are all in the top 10 highest grossing comedy specials of all time. Damn. 2 of my comedy specials are in the top 3 of all time. Right? He goes on to say, I've been the highest grossing comedian in entertainment for years now. I have also been the highest grossing comedian in the box office with over $4 billion in earnings. You guys are what makes this business run because it's not about getting to the top. It's about doing your best to stay at the top after you get there. J. Cole said it best, quote, if you're laughing at a millionaire, the joke's on you.
Ooh, facts. Damn. Wow, he was really in the feelings that day, huh?
Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Zooey Deschanel talking to Andy Cohen. She's got a brand new dating show. Is it like a celebrity dating show? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's Zooey Deschanel and who's she co-hosting with? What's that guy's name? Michael Bolton, right?
Oh, right.
Zooey Deschanel, of course, also dating Jonathan Scott of the Property Brothers. This is Zooey talking to Andy Cohen.
Speaking of the dating game and dating, I love it that you and Jonathan Scott are together. Were you a Property Brothers fan before you met?
Yeah, it's like one of those shows like I always liked, and I would like, it's like relaxing. Like, it's so nice. The beginning of the show, the house doesn't look good. The end of the show, the house looks great. And it's like fun to watch, all the way through. And I was always like, oh, this is like a show I put on. I like relax. Like it wasn't serialized. So I didn't need to like commit to watching every single one. It always felt like relaxing to me. But I never like even thought like, oh, I would, meet Jonathan, and that like never even crossed my mind. So when we ended up we did carpool karaoke together, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's just the nicest person.
Do you double date with the brother too? Do you double date with Drew? Yes,
definitely. Drew and Linda, they're fantastic. Yeah.
Aw. I wonder if she's ever
great.
at home. Like, she's home alone watching the show, and then, like, he comes home. Honey, I'm home. Hey, I'm here. And, like, she quickly changes the channel.
Yeah. I
like, would that be weird?
No.
Like, if he walks in and she's not, like, she's hiding that she's watching the show.
No.
But, like, if it's weird for him to walk in and, like, your girl's watching you on TV.
No, I think what would be weird is if you walked in and your show was on the television and then your girl was on the couch sleeping.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, boring.
Sorry,
huh?
babe. I fell asleep watching TV.
Boring, huh? So I'm not like,
And then
that's what you
her
think of the
answer is
show?
like, no, it was something
She's like,
before.
No. She's like, no, I told you before. I find the show relaxing. So boring. No, relaxing. There we go. I love them.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Rita Moreno has issued an apology. So Rita Moreno, massive star, one of the original stars of what's that play?
West Side Story.
West Side Story. Thank you. She was on Colbert the other night, and she was addressing the backlash on social media for Lin-Manuel Miranda with the lack of Afro-Latino actors in main roles for Lin-Manuel's In the Heights. And this is what she said on Colbert the other night.
Can we talk for a second about that criticism about Lin-Manuel? That really upsets me.
Oh yeah, for the people who don't know, there's been some criticism for the lack of Afro-Latino people in the Heights, the movie adaptation of his play.
I mean, it's like
what do you make of that?
You can never do right, it seems. This is the man who literally has brought Latino-ness and Puerto Rican-ness to America. I couldn't do it. I mean, I would love to say I did, but I couldn't. Lin-Manuel has done that.
Are you saying that while you may understand where people's concerns come from, that perhaps it's misplaced in criticizing him in this?
Well, I'm simply saying, can't you just wait a while and leave it alone? There's a lot of people who are Puerto Rican, who are also from Guatemala, who are dark and who are also fair. We are all colors in Puerto Rico. And this is how it is. And it would be so nice if they hadn't come up with that and left it alone just for now. I mean, they're really attacking the wrong person.
So what she said was, I'm incredibly disappointed with myself while making a statement in defense of Lin-Manuel Miranda on the Colbert Show last night. She goes on to say, I was clearly dismissive of Black lives that matter in our Latin community. It's so easy to forget how celebration for some is lament for others. In addition to applauding Lin for his wonderful movie version of In the Heights, let me add my appreciation for his sensitivity and resolve to be more inclusive of the Afro-Latino community going forward. See, you can teach this old dog new tricks. And I get it. If you look at that movie because of where it's supposed to take place, right? Very specific area of New York. And you look at the faces in that movie. This isn't like somebody just made a movie and then they just cast a bunch of, light-skinned Puerto Ricans, right? It's a very specific movie about a very specific place. And I understand that if you are looking for Afro-Latino faces in that movie, you don't find them. And because it's a movie about that very specific place, it almost seems deliberate, right? Like it's weird. It's a weird one. Like it almost seems deliberate. But then on the other side, I'm like, God, like I understand Lin-Manuel Miranda, call him out, right? And have him answer the question, everything else. But which he did. But Lin-Manuel Miranda, like I don't know how hard you go on Lin-Manuel Miranda, because Lin-Manuel Miranda is one of like the few people at the top of that sort of Hollywood machine who really seems to care about, diversity and making a difference and putting different people in, in these sort of roles and bringing these stories to the forefront. So like, I get both sides. I don't know. Sure. I don't know how you feel about it, but like I completely see, it's one of the weird times where I completely see both sides.
Yeah. It's like he should not, it's brought to his attention and he addressed it and he will, moving forward, make the changes that need to be made.
Yeah, I guess I just don't want to see him lose his stock in show business. I don't want to see Lin-Manuel Miranda
I don't think he's going to get canceled.
I don't know, man.
I don't think he'll get canceled for it.
But does this take away some of his power? Maybe it does. I don't know.
Or does it give him a little bit more power so he can address...
Jeez, each time you're shaking your head.
So he can address this to make a positive change, right?
Yeah, I don't think he loses his power at all. Quite honestly, I think his intention was right. I think where he can really gain some points is acknowledge, that he could have had more representation, and then just do it the next time. I don't think people are looking to necessarily cancel him. I think he did his best. But to your point, if you know anything about that area in New York, just from an optic standpoint, the film doesn't fully represent that area.
There were some comments I saw on IG from people who were coming to Lin-Manuel Miranda's defense, who were saying, I actually live in this neighborhood. I'm not represented, but I'm glad that Lin-Manuel Miranda now knows this.
Yeah, it's tough because he just really seems like one of the guys that, like, when you talk about showbiz needing to change and you talk about representation, he seems like one of the guys who really cares the most.
But on the flip side, I've seen other comments where people are like, I live in this neighborhood. Lin-Manuel has never been here if he's to make a movie like this, because it's not what my hood looks like at all.
No, that's why I said it almost looks deliberate. Like when you make a movie about Washington Heights like that, like it almost looks deliberate to not put any Afro-Latinos in there. Like it seems like you really have to go out of your way to not do that, right?
Yeah. Well, let's hope that positive change will come from this for Lin-Manuel Miranda, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Victoria's Secret has announced the end of the Angels. After years of scrutiny, Victoria's Secret announced that their new marketing brand on yesterday, their launch of the new VS Collective that will be taking over for the Angels as they look to reinvent beauty standards for women. When the world was changing, they say, we were too slow to respond, according to a chief executive from Victoria's Secret. Goes on to say, we needed to stop being about what men want and be about what women want. So Priyanka Chopra will be one of their new spokespeople, and as well as Megan Rapinoe, soccer star Megan Rapinoe, for VS Collective. So that's the end of the Angels. No more Victoria's Secret Angels.
So no more fashion show.
No more fashion shows.
They usually have in like December, I think. they air it.
It was always like a Christmas staple. I mean, they haven't done it in a while, ever since they got all that heat on him. But yeah, no more Victoria's Secret Angels. Now
I
it
think
is
the last one
VS Collective.
Was when The Weeknd performed.
Was it The Weeknd or was it Harry Styles? Was it The Weeknd? Maybe I think it was The Weeknd. No, I think it was The Weeknd. I think The Weeknd was the.
Because there was that whole thing with him and Bella.
Right.
It was when they were dating.
Yes.
And everyone was like, "Ooh, did you see the looks?"
Oh, the looks.
I was like, "Yeah, they're dating."
Yes. Yeah. I went to one of those fashion shows, the Victoria's Secret fashion shows.
Yeah, for ET Canada.
Yeah. I went to one of them. And it's weird because you sit through it twice. They do it twice, back to back.
Why?
Because when they
Different
film
crowd?
it, no, they film it, right?
Oh.
And so they want to make sure that they get everything, like all the shots. They want to make sure it's completely flawless. So they run the show once and then they run the show again.
How long does it take?
Not long.
Really?
No, not long. You'd be surprised. Like you were in and out of there and like, I think maybe like within a couple hours kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There we go.
good.
So this was last night on James Corden. The Friends, the entire cast of Friends. I guess they shot this during the reunion. They did carpool karaoke.
Oh, they did?
With James Corden on one of those sort of like big tourist buses that they take people around like the Warner Brothers lot with.
They should have squished them all into a tiny ass car.
I know, like
a
Prius.
mini.
Yeah, something like that. On my lap, Jen. Here's a clip of that for you. Any idea what song they did?
What?
Do you want to guess?
The Friends theme.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it has to be that one.
Okay.
Listen to some music. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke you broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. But when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year, I'll be there for you.
I only hear James Corden singing there.
So do I. I don't know who.
Okay, wait.
Joey sounds winded.
I always wanted to do carpool karaoke.
It's catchy.
Okay. There's a lot of going on there. But nice to see, though, huh?
None of those voices were identifiable, except for
not
James
at all,
Corden.
Not at all.
Sometimes you got to know when to just simmer it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Cody Simpson's Tokyo Olympic dream is over. The 24-year-old who really made like a bold jump to try out for the Olympics for this year.
What was he doing again?
Swimming.
Oh,
he placed
okay, yeah.
last in the men's 100-meter butterfly final trials last night. After the race, Cody said that he would be back stronger next year and stated his intentions to aim for a spot on the 2024 team that is headed to Paris. He said that he wasn't actually thinking that he would be remotely competitive until then and was actually shocked by how well he did during these trials.
What is a butterfly stroke?
This one.
Oh, see,
This one, the hardest one.
coming in as a brand new swimmer, only
Yeah.
learned last year.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And then your legs are still going up and down?
no. Butterfly is like they dolphin their legs. Their legs are together.
Oh, that's very difficult then.
Yeah, like you like your legs are kicking like a dolphin. Like
Yeah.
when you see them, they come up in and out of the water like this.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do that.
Right? It's very difficult. Like the
I can't do
butterfly
that.
stroke is the most difficult. But they dive down into the water and then they come up and like their whole body comes up out of the water and then they go like this again and dive back down in.
Oh, wow.
So they do like this kind of thing as they're swimming. It's very difficult, the butterfly
Yeah, I ain't trying
stroke.
that.
You're not going to try that?
No.
You're not
Not
going to
yet.
not going to level up?
No, I'm good.
What stroke is your favorite?
Whatever the one is where your arm, just like when your arms
Just like
come,
freestyle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your arms just come up out of
Yeah,
the water.
sure. Yeah,
you
yeah,
dig
yeah.
right back down.
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you swim on your back?
I can swim on my back. Yeah.
The backstroke. You
I
can do
can
the
do that.
backstroke. The
Yeah.
backstroke's easy. You get to look at the clouds, right?
really
yeah,
nice.
it's nice.
Yeah.
No, butterfly's not for amateurs.
No, not
That's
at all.
No,
that
no,
seems
no.
very
It's
difficult.
very hard. Yeah, it's
No.
exhausting too.
Seems
and who
like
wants
it.
to be exhausted in a pool, right? Like you want to
It's
relax.
supposed to be relaxing. Yes, thank you.
Thank
Right?
you. Yes.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
Hey, Megan, it's Roz Mocha. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. We understand that you are in the process of moving from Toronto to Vancouver.
Yes. Well, I'm actually going to be moving to Kelowna.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the reason for the move?
So my boyfriend actually secured a job there. He's been laid off here a couple of times just with COVID. And we found out last week that he got a job, and then I was able to get one closely after. So we're making the move.
There you go. That's
nice.
awesome.
That's love.
That is. Yeah, you're right.
So what
That is
about
love.
a place to live? Did you guys have to like just do everything virtually, or did you both, or did one of you have to head out there to start looking at places?
So actually, my boyfriend left yesterday, and he already started looking at places while he was there. So I'm going today, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to help in that process.
Oh, okay. So you just living out of a hotel for the next little while?
Yeah, his work put him up in a hotel, so that was nice.
Oh,
God, when you move to Toronto to BC, it's like you go from like ridiculously expensive, and then as you're in the plane, you're like, oh, affordable, really affordable. Oh, I could live there. I could afford almost everything in that city. Oh my God, can't afford anything. Right? It's like you just skip over all the places you can afford and go right to like even more expensive.
I know.
It's crazy.
But that's really exciting. We understand that you have a question for the show, though.
My question is, I'm wondering who sings the intro for Very Hard Things, because when I listen, I hear Shem, and I'm not sure if it is, but if it's not Shem, I was wondering if Shem's voice can go as deep as that.
Oh, Shem, can you go as deep as the voice on Very Hard Things?
Yes, I can actually.
All right. Do you have the intro there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very hard things, Roz and Mocha's very hard things.
So yeah, that really does sound like Shem.
Shem, is that in fact you?
Yes, it is. It is absolutely.
There you go.
There's actually a couple voices on there. Actually, they're all mine. It's just layered together.
Oh yeah, but it's all you though.
All me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and what's your name on the phone again?
Megan.
Megan wants to know if you can go that deep for her.
Sure. Oh, well,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Very hard things, Roz and Mocha's very hard things.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yo, you're about to make Megan stay here. Is there, and I wonder if there's a reason why you wanted to talk to us after your boyfriend left.
Yeah, just give me that one reason to stay.
No, I'm bringing you guys with me for sure.
Oh, you are. We're on in Vancouver. We're on at night out in Vancouver. And then, of course, you can just listen to the podcast whenever you want to.
I listen to the podcast religiously, so I'm glad I get to bring a piece of home with me. So I thank you guys for that.
There you go. Thank you, awesome. Megan. Love you lots.
Love you guys too. Take care.
Right on, love.
Rachel says here, if you could redesign any item of clothing a woman wears, what would it be and how would you make it better or worse and why?
Oh, I can make a lot of them worse.
Oh, I was going to say, why would you want to make anything worse?
Well, you can't listen.
That's mean.
Well, no, maybe not to be mean. Geez, you could make just about anything worse. Remember back in the day, like even now when you watch old movies or you see old pictures of like Marilyn Monroe and they're wearing like a loose knit sweater.
Yeah.
And their boobs are just cones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's back in the day when men used to design bras, right?
They thought that's what was like sexy.
Yeah,
or
when men designed bras, they were cones.
Like Jean-Paul Gaultier, the Madonna one.
Yeah, like they were just cones. What could you design to make better?
I have an answer for
Go
this.
ahead.
I would turn a stiletto or any high heel,
Yeah.
and you would have the heel kind of on a contraption where you can push it up so it turns into a flat. So you're able to retract the heel whenever you want it to be a flat.
But the problem with that, though,
open it and lock it as a heel.
But the problem with that, though, is the actual shoe shape is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why
You'll never get a flat shoe.
That's why if you break a heel off a high heel, you can't walk in it.
But you
can
could
still
because
only
there's
walk
the
in
curve
toe.
and the arch,
No,
right?
I know, but you could design the whole thing where it's flat to high heel instantly by the.
But it's not instant because when you look at a high heel, there's the arch. How do you fix that?
But the same way they turn Crocs into a high heel, right? Like you could turn those into a flat.
No, but if you look at the picture of
it doesn't
those
go back,
Crocs,
though. It can't go back.
Yeah, if you look at the picture of the Crocs, they designed it with an arch as well. So they altered, so it's not like a
Well, then
flat
take the arch
shoe.
out. Redesign the entire shoe where it could be both, like instantly.
Girl, clearly you've never wore heels before.
What you've just
Actually, I have.
Maury just invented a flip flop.
Yeah.
What if you took a high heel, took away the arch, and removed the heel?
No, not remove the heel.
Flip-flop.
You have the heel can retract. You can have heels for your partying times.
So
and
a flip-flop with a heel is what you want.
And then all you do is you then push a button, it unlocks the heel, and you can push it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because women want that.
So
right?
hot.
Women want buttons on their shoes with like hydraulics and
Yeah,
springs.
so much
right?
comfort.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what women want.
Wearing heels aren't really like a pain in the ass after a few hours, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what women want on their shoes, like buttons and like a spring, like a mechanism. That's what they always
How
say.
if we had lights as
my,
well?
my fashion doesn't have enough mechanisms on it.
I always think of things like bras where is there, and I don't know if there is or not, like is there the ultimate comfortable bra, right? Because you always hear like women always say, can't wait till I get home, get this bra off, right?
Yeah.
Or like especially in the summertime where you get sweaty boobs.
Right.
So like a comfortable material or something that's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more breathability.
See, because Catherine has, but everybody's got different bra tastes, right? Like Catherine has never, and this is one of the things that I was most thankful for when we first got together, was I never, and listen, I have no opinion in this. I shouldn't be able to say anything because your bra is your bra and you're going to wear whatever you feel best in. I get all that stuff, right? But I always preferred the feel of a boob when it's not behind a padded bra.
Of course.
Right? Because it's just like you just want to feel like a boob. Catherine never wore padded bras, right? And so it was always just super, super thin lace, like the thinnest kind of bra material you could find.
Right.
And it was awesome. And she has gravitated towards now either no bra.
Yeah.
Or she found these cool bras the other day, which is not even a bra. It's almost like a little sport top, but only it's made out of the softest, thinnest, almost nylon. And
if I say the brand name, would you know it?
no, why would I know? No, what is it? What do you think it is?
Knix?
Knix?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Because I think that's what Jenna has.
Yeah.
They are the absolute best.
Yeah, she loves it. She
Same.
loves it.
Jenna loves these.
Yeah.
And I will tell you.
Hold on, let me see if
they do feel great.
Hold on. Yeah, it feels really, really great.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Really,
give me a
really
second
nice.
Here.
You texting her?
No.
But she never answers.
When you call.
Facts.
Or me.
Hi, honey.
Hi, love. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. We're doing the podcast. We're talking about women's bras.
Okay.
What is that? You know the new bra you came home with yesterday that you love so much?
Yep.
Who makes that?
Richer and poorer.
Richer and Poorer. What was the one you said?
You mean the super comfy one? Or
Yeah.
Like
No, the super comfy one.
Yeah, richer and poorer.
Richer and Poorer. What did you say, Mocha? What was
Knix.
Knix.
Oh, yeah. Joe owns Knix. She's wonderful.
Yeah. Do you know?
You know him? Yo, tell him my wife loves those bras. That's all she owns. She switched over. Everything is Knix.
Everything's Knix, apparently. What was the question? Read the question again.
Oh, if you could redesign any item of clothing a woman wears, what would it be and how would you make it better or worse and why? Also, Catherine, we should mention this question came to us from a woman named Rachel, which I don't know why she wouldn't give us her answer.
Right.
Instead of asking three dudes.
Yeah. So the question was, name an article of women's clothing that if you could redesign, you could either make it better or worse.
Tell her my idea.
Maury wants to put he wants to put like a hydraulic system on all women's shoes so you could instantly have a high heel. With a button on the side because women love buttons on their shoes.
So it goes from high heel to flat.
Do they?
Yeah, no, they don't at all.
Catherine's just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Good effort, Maury.
And do you have any ideas? Like, what do you wish could be reinvented that you wear all the time?
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I mean, you know me. I love being comfortable.
Yeah.
Pretty much permanently.
Yeah.
I feel like convertible clothing is cool. Like if you have clothes, they can do like multiple things where it's like pants, they can turn into shorts, but like in a cool way that's like not weird.
Is it like how you wear a robe and then you get too hot and then you take half your robe down so your robe quickly becomes a skirt?
Yes, exactly. Like
Yeah.
there should be like a little release that's like,
Right.
oh no, it's skirt time. I mean, really, that's just hanging around your waist.
Right.
But
I know I've said this.
it's a good question.
I know I've said this a million times on the show, but this is how fortunate I am. I get to see boobs every day of my life. Every single day. I don't know the last time I went a day without, and I just don't mean like at bedtime, like I catch a peek while she's climbing to the bed. I mean on the couch watching television beside me. Like I see boobs every day of my
They
life.
like to live free.
Thank you.
Would it be weird if I start clapping right now, Catherine?
Well, it's so funny. Like you guys can go topless all the time, and it's totally normal. And you guys just live your lives topless outside in the summer. And then, like when a woman's boobs get too hot, it's like, oh wait,
No, hey, I'm all for free 'em. Free 'em.
freedom. That's a really good question, though. I'm so sorry. I feel like I wish I had a better answer. I'm trying to think like what things really suck to wear. I mean, bras are a good one. It's like you definitely want something that's like super comfortable and holds them up, but also like bras just don't usually feel good. Like the richer and poorer ones are amazing, and like Nyx is amazing, Joe is amazing, but like bras like definitely the right level. Like
Maybe we
the
can
good
make
approach.
Spanx more comfortable.
Also, like as a mom, it's so terrible. But I sort of wish that you could just like make all clothing like stain resistant, just like as a whole.
Yeah.
Let's just spray them so that they like last forever.
What about bringing back the, you know, when like thongs used to come up above your jeans?
Yep.
Yeah. What about that? Look, but only maybe you don't have to like, maybe it's just attached to the jeans so you can still have that cool, sexy look, but also wear sensible underpants under it.
Oh, wow. That's like a whole thing. That's like multiple layers over your junk. That's going to be so sweaty and so like front wedgie situation.
This is my whole play in life is to get Catherine's parts super sweaty so I get to see them because she gets hot.
Oh, my God.
Hello
Sure,
there.
they're sweaty words. This is the best. See?
All right, love. I love you. Thanks for hanging out.
Love you.
Okay, bye.
Dallas says here, if you had to have, oh my God, this is so stupid. Okay.
Do I have to call Catherine back now?
No, absolutely not. If you had to have hands the size of basketballs or feet the size of watermelons, which do you choose?
Okay, question for you though, but are my hands fat and round like that?
No,
or are
he
they
said
just
the
the size of basketballs?
Yeah, the size.
Or have feet the size of watermelons?
I'm picking the basketball hands.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the hands because then you don't have to worry about finding shoes that big.
Well, not just that. Driving would be almost impossible.
Yeah, with big giant feet like that?
Yeah.
But how do you eat a burger with big hands?
Use your, like, you can pick them up like you would like with
How
your
do you use your phone? Like, how do you type?
with your pinky and your thumb.
How do you
Like
wipe
if
your
your
butt?
like if your thumb was as wide as a toilet paper roll.
How do you wipe?
Like, and all your fingers were just like that big and huge. Like you would look like you had corn dogs for fingers, right? Like how do you?
I guess navigating around.
How do you type with that?
The amount of things that you have to do with your
would
hands. That's true.
I think that you might actually need more custom
You
things
could
for
make
big
more
giant
money as a
hands.
masseuse.
First of all, I don't care how big my hands are. I'm not ever changing my career to masseuse. I've never once said, "Oh my God, if I only had that, I could be a great masseuse."
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that? No. Have you ever once thought, "Oh, you know
But
what?"
you know what though? Like you could have, let's say you're the masseuse with massive hands. You could suck at giving massages though.
Yeah, that's the other thing too,
Right?
right? Yeah.
And you
may
could
not
make
be
a ton
good
of
at
money
it.
on OnlyFans. I'm the guy with big hands.
Yeah, geez, everything you do more is like perverted, huh? I would say I still have to go with hands because I think that walking and like all that stuff with like big giant feet, like abnormally large feet, and I think that you could get away in life. Like I think that if you met a woman and you just had giant hands, like even like weird large hands, I think that there are women in the world that may find that to be a turn on.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody would go, "Oh my God, your huge feet." Like I don't know.
There are people with foot fetishes.
Yeah, I don't
But
want a
also,
fetishist though.
Those large feet, I would find would be a little bit too heavy.
Yeah,
as
wide,
right? Very
yeah.
heavy to navigate around, to walk around in.
Yeah. Also, if you're in the pool, okay,
Uh-huh.
having super large hands makes swimming very, very easy.
Oh,
Having
yeah.
super large fat feet makes swimming very, very difficult. Right?
And they weigh you down.
And they weigh you down. I'm going to go for the large hands.
Yeah, same. Dan Maury?
No,
large you said large hands, right? Laura says here, if you could tell Damnit Matthew one of Maury's secrets, which one would it be?
Why don't we? Can I ask? Can I ask one question? Okay. which one would you hope it would not be, Maury?
Oh, there are many.
But like one specifically.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
One specifically.
Yeah. Like name one secret that you
the like internet stuff
that you wish that we would never say.
The internet stuff.
What internet stuff?
What internet
Oh, like,
stuff?
Private browsing and viewing of videos.
This is how we get Maury to confess to his secrets without us being terrible people.
Oh. No, you can't do that. No. Not today.
Why?
No.
Oh, every time we try to call Matthew, it's like, not today. He's so busy.
He's doing 2 truths and a lie with his whole company, like in 5 minutes.
Oh.
I don't even know what any of that means.
Me neither. You've been doing 0 truths and a lie with Matthew your whole relationships.
Yeah, I don't know. What, like, do you think he
doesn't know all that stuff though? To be honest, like
he's a very innocent man.
You don't think he knows that like when he used to be at work all day, like what you would be doing at home alone? Like he just has no idea.
No, I don't think he does.
Really, huh?
No.
Are you sure you don't want me to call him?
No, 2 truths and a lie in 4 minutes.
Oh, you don't think that he would be more upset at knowing your current state of financials
versus watching? No, I think that
Really?
that would be easier to deal
because
with.
of the amount of debt that we all know that you're in, and that what you've told to Roz and I, versus what you tell Matthew,
but
or
I
what
think
you spend your money on. You don't think you'd be upset with that?
I think he has a handle on what kind of debt Maury has. I don't think he has a handle on what Maury has a handle on when he's not around.
Okay, next question.
Jenny says, finish this sentence.
Oh, no.
I have the worst memory when it comes to...
most things.
True. Dan Maury?
I have the worst memory when it comes to the lies I've told.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
That's a good one.
I had to be on the phone. My email. I got locked out of my email at ET Canada. Right, different company from, if you don't know, different company from this podcast and the radio show. And I was on the phone with like a guy from the service desk.
Yeah.
And he knew who I was.
Okay.
Right. But he's like, okay, I just got to go through a couple of verification questions for you.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, cool. And he goes, so you work at which building? And then I told him which building. And he goes, okay, who would you say like your supervisor is? And I was like, and I threw one name out and he's like, no, is there anybody else? And I go, well, we got like a new boss. And he's like, okay, who's that? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
right?
no.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, so who in the building would you like normally say your like IT guy is? And I was like,
oh God.
And I was like, bro. I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, can I start naming people who I know work there? Yeah. And then you can find them? Because I don't know who anybody's name is.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know anybody's name. And that's the way they do verification, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so who's your HR rep? I'm like, I have no
but
idea.
I thought normally these questions are what street did you grow up on and what's the name of your first pet?
They don't care about that. They want, because they need to confirm your place in that building.
So what eventually happened?
I had to tell him, I'm like, listen, man, I'm like, you got to ask me some different questions, right? Like,
like what color is the sky?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Like, you want my phone number? I'll tell you my phone number.
Yeah, like I'll tell you what kind of coffee they serve in the cafeteria, right? I know that. I know the chef's name, Scott, right? I know him.
The chef's name, but not your boss's name.
Of course, he provides the food, right? I know that guy. But I was like, I think my boss's name is John. I'm like, I think it's John with like maybe a K, right? And he goes, John with an A, like John H. And I was like, that's it, Johnny. And it wasn't. It was John with a K.
Imagine he was like, gotcha. It's not. It's not that at all.
No. So that's how they quizzed me, and I'm like, I don't know anybody's name. So I would say the thing that I like. What was the question again? Honestly,
Jenny said, finish this sentence.
Yeah.
I have the worst memory when it comes to.
Most things. Yeah. I would say.
Okay, now you have to ask Cotton Candy's question.
What do you have the worst memory when it comes to, Mocha?
I would say it is things like phone passwords, like when I have to call the alarm company.
Yeah.
And they'll say, what is your verbal password to get in? Or
Right.
sometimes I have to call the bank because I have so many passwords for different things that it's always the phone. Like when I have to call somewhere and talk to somebody, and I have to provide like some sort of a password, a verbal password, I run through all the ones that are in my mind, and I'm like, is it this? Is it this? Is it this?
Yeah, because you're like, I would only ever say this. I would only ever say this.
Totally.
Right? Yeah, that's hard. That's hard when you got to do that. But no, my memory is, and it's going. My memory's getting way worse than it ever was.
Oh, well, I think this is why Maury wants me to ask Cotton Candy's question.
Cotton Candy?
Roz, do you consider yourself old?
Shut up. No, I don't consider.
Do others
I don't-
consider you old?
No, I don't think so. I like old. Like I don't think people would consider me old. I mean, people may look at me as older because that's fair, but I don't think that somebody would consider me to be old.
Have you passed your midlife?
I don't. It depends on how long I live.
Good answer.
Right? You know what I mean? Like you may die tomorrow more, and then we got to go figure out what your midlife was. You know what I mean? Even in death, with the help of God, I don't think you could do that math.
It's like we're sending you back.
Yeah,
You don't get this up here.
No, we don't even know what to do with you.
We'll end on this question from Mila, who actually is asking a question from her 5-year-old brother named Paul, who's a massive fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
What is your, and this is like the perfect question to ask the three of us.
Okay.
Paul, you know us so well, buddy. What is your favorite sports car?
Oh, okay. Interesting. I have answers to this. Maury, what's
Do you
yours?
really?
I like old-timey ones. Like, I love the old Road Runner.
Road Runner?
It had, like, the sort of, like, on the back, like, the back of the car, the finny thing.
What? Spoiler?
This is the question that they were hoping to get answered.
Yeah, like, the spoiler, it had sort of, like, a shelf. Yeah, I also...
What shelf?
The spoiler, it came up and it was
Yeah.
squared off, and it was called a Road Runner.
Okay.
I
The
love
car
that
was
car.
called a Road Runner.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love that
okay.
car.
Hold on, I got to Google this now because I don't know who made it.
I don't know.
A Plymouth Road Runner?
This. Oh, that thing with like the big ugly spoiler on the back of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
This thing?
Yeah.
You think this is? I mean, don't get me wrong. Muscle cars are sort of where it's at, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Okay. So what do I like? Do you have a favorite sports car, Mocha?
I know nothing about cars. So
Oh,
I can't
okay.
even. If I Google, can I Google some sports cars and
Sure.
see? Can I say like a Ferrari or like a Lambo or something?
Sure, if you want to, but
or like a McLaren.
yeah, I guess you could if you want to.
I honestly, I don't know anything about cars. I know like cars that look good.
Right.
Can I say one more?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it.
Spitfire.
Spitfire.
Can I say another one? A Spider.
Sure.
Hold on.
Yep.
I gotta see what these look like.
Yeah. I like any sort of like mid to late 60s Mustang. I still think are super hot. And even earlier than that.
That was my dad's dream, was to rebuild one of those.
Yeah, like a 64, 65, 66 Mustang kind of thing. Those were always great. When I was younger, like when I'd never seen a car, I'd never been so in love with a car as I was in sort of mid-high school when the Mazda Miata came out.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like that sort of little red jelly bean of a car. To me, that was the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And I only ever wanted a Mazda Miata, not realizing that I'd never be able to fit in it.
Is a DeLorean a sports car?
Yes, it is. Very much
is it?
so. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah. DeLorean's a sports car.
Shows how much I know about cars.
Yeah, I like I like old, like when you go, like I like late 50s sort of Fords, like Bel Airs or like a Ford Fairlane. Like I love those sort of big boaty type cars too. They're really dope. I like old.
Oh,
I like,
is a Dodge Charger? Was that a?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
I like Dodge Chargers.
Yeah,
definitely.
I used to really want one of those brown Trans Ams, like they drove in Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah,
with like a Firebird kind of thing with the T roof, where the roof just like came off in two pieces.
I used
to love those.
The
cars.
show where they jumped in the window. Was that
That's
a sports car?
Dukes of Hazzard.
That's Dukes of Hazzard.
That's a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Okay, that.
Yeah. And I still like old Porsches. I think that they're kind of cool. Convertibles though. Not hard tops.
What about
but
any Bond car?
But my favorite cars are like a 70s Ford Bronco. That's my favorite car.
Is that the one that you were
And-
looking for recently?
Yeah, they're very expensive.
The white one, right?
No.
I'm thinking of OJ.
There's a new one. There's a new one, but like that's sort of like late 70s, and they go for like, to buy one now, it's like $160,000. Like they're oh my god, they're so ridiculously priced because everybody just wants them to convert them. But there was another company that made a little tiny truck, almost like a Jeep, called a Scout. And that thing was the coolest little car I've ever seen. And I don't know who makes one. Isuzu, I believe, or Suzuki makes one now called a Jimny, but not in North America. And it's a cool, tiny little Jeep as well. But the Scout.
I'm looking at these 1970s Ford Broncos. Yeah, these look nice.
The convertibles?
Yeah, these are badass.
Yeah. Now look up this. This is the really this is my favorite car. The name of the company was, oh god, this is the least hot name for a car company.
Okay.
International Harvester.
Oh.
So look up International Harvester.
Scout?
Yeah, Scout. Yeah. And look up these little things.
Oh yeah, they kind of look
like a 67
like
sort
Jeeps?
of. Yeah. They're the coolest little sort of Jeep / mini pickup truck that I've ever seen.
Oh,
yeah, so I like those types of things, right? Those are my favorite.
Did I mention the Roadrunner?
You did mention the Roadrunner. Yeah.
And this has been Car Talk on the Roz and Mocha Show.
There you go.
That's
thank
how you
very
grind
much.
our gears.
Hit us up on Instagram when we post a picture that reads Ask Roz and Mocha.
Oh, Maury's going to pass away right here. Stay tuned. Don't leave just yet, people. Don't leave just yet.
We'll get one of you on the phone.
Stick around to find out who made it into the will.
This has been
Come
the
back
Roz and
next
Mocha
time
Show
to find out what we
podcast.
did with the ashes.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.